defines my name? What defines my name? What defines my name? What defines my name? My name. What defines my name? What defines my name? What defines my name? What defines my name?
Yeah. It's Prov. Yeah. Read my mind, baby, can you see the times? I want you to be my wife, baby, please don't waste my time. I got too much work to do, I just wanna be sure of you. We ain't got no perfect views, but what works for me would work for you. Tell me, would you work for me? Serve God like you serving me. Yes, I'll lead you with certainty, provide for you eternally. To protect you, I'll get out and cock that grip. Bullets take off like a rocket ship, need you passengers out of my cockpit. Rising above this nonsense, we ain't got no sense of time. Lose yourself inside of mine, introspective or collected. Girl, I could be your prize possession.
Yo, what's the deal, man? How you guys doing on this Monday evening? What's going on, everybody? Good to see you guys here. Happy Monday. Hope you guys have had a blessed day. I have. It's been okay. It's been hot in Texas. That's okay, man. How you guys doing? You guys are early. Lighten the comment section up. Appreciate you guys. Of course, I got to get a little bit of background. Nice. Now let me put some Nami on. Speaking of Nami, by the way, which, by the way, I had to throw like the AC on in this room. So actually, let me cut the fan down just a little bit. If you can hear it in the background, I have a wall unit in here, so I apologize in advance if you can hear it. I'm gonna cut it off here in a second, but hopefully it doesn't like get into my mic. So let me know if it's too loud or if you can hear it at all. Hopefully you can. But either way, man, happy Monday to all of you guys, man. Welcome into the Stryhead Podcast. You guys already know what it is. Every Monday, we're here. We're talking One Piece. We got a new chapter. I'm excited to see what is in store for us. Man, let me scroll up. Okay, so what's going on, Zaz? Zaz first in the building. He says, yo, what's going on, bro? Always nice to have my brother in the building. Bully thought he was first, but he's not. It's okay because you're here. What's going on, Groovy on the gram? How are you doing, my friend? We got Valdonian here. Said was goody to all. Not much, my friend. Strawberry says, hey, what's up, Strawberry? What's good with you? Always nice to see you here too. Not much. Just got a car. Okay. Dope. What kind of car? I mean, I'm sure it's probably a Ferrari, but like what model Ferrari? Because I know Fully got bands and racks. So what type of, was it like a Ferrari or a Lambo? Which one? Or no, I think you're a Benz guy. Got that new 2025 Benz. Congrats to you, man. Or was it Tesla? One of those. I know it was one of those for sure. Red Face in the building says, I have arrived. Now look, Red Face, I'm knowing a pattern, okay? Hear me out. Every time there's a banger chapter, you're here early. Kind of getting it. Because every time there's a banger chapter, you're here and you're ready. So there must be something crazy happening in this chapter. I'm not gonna hold you. Every time I see Red Face, I gotta squint because I'm like, all right, definitely about to be a banger chapter. So I guess we're in store for something. Valdoni says, okay, Fully is mobile. What's the word? Yeah, scoop us, bro. I know you're in Georgia. I'm gonna come down to watch my Falcons play. So yeah, I'm gonna need you to scoop me, bro. Let's go watch the Falcons play. I know you're a Falcons fan, Fully. I know you are. I know you are. You gotta tell me you're not. I'll drink. I'll drink to that too. Red Bull. There you go, man. They Fully said, "Yep, it's my first, but I gotta get it running for sure." Doesn't matter, bro. It's a car, man. Happy for you, bro. His red face says, "Zah, how you feel about the sudden spike in Shanks screen time?" Okay, so we got some Shanks sightings, and Zah says, "I love it. I love seeing Shanks. He is so inspirational." Good comment, Zah. I love seeing the vigor out of you, my friend. That's what's up in red. It's been mad hot out. Yeah, it's been hot here. Boom, 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 boom. I have a real good idea as to what Loki's devil fruit is. I'll say later. Okay, got it. W intro, appreciate it. Hey, Strawberry, what's up? What's up? I can't imagine. Yeah, it's woo. Is it 100? I think it did hit 100. No, it was a high 90s today. Refe says Texas. Come to London. See how you like it. I'm not gonna hold you. Mind you, if you haven't noticed, I'm telling you it's blazing and I'm wearing a hoodie. Okay, so like there's no level of heat that scares me. Like I own a restaurant. This is my dress every day in the restaurant. I'm wearing hoodies and pants. So as a Texan, and by the way, Strawberry is in Arizona, us two, we're cool with the heat. Trust me. Trust me. Let's see. Red face. How's the weather? Oh, he's asking. Okay, got it. Strawberry says she can't hear. Fully says, no, we can't hear it. I'm assuming y'all are good now. Yeah, you probably are good. Yeah, it looks like y'all are good now. What's good, Ree? What's going on? What's going on, Groovy? Good to see you too, my friend. Let's see. Bro, the heat is crazy. Architecture in UK is designed for winter. So everywhere is literally sweltering even more. What's the temp, though? What's the temp? That's the number I care about. What's the temp? He says, I'm the trigger. Okay. See, I told you, every time you pull up. Nika in the building says, Yoy, what's going on, Nika? Oh, you can't hear the fan. Okay. Okay, cool. Good. Because the AC in here, I have a mini split. It's very loud for me. Y'all said y'all can't hear it, so good. Okay. Dope. Zah says, Rhea, I hope the Falcons game you go to has rain delay of 15 minutes. Wow. You got it, bro. You got it, man. You got it. Strawberry says 110 out. God dang it. Holy freak. Okay. Well, shout out to you, man, for being alive and not melting. He said crossing London off my bucket list. Facts. That's crazy. Speaking for me on Shanks Top. Bro, look, that's the way I saw it. I gotta look, there's like a Zaza lingo, right? You have your own language. You gotta understand it's the Za language, right? And I've been dubbed the translator, so I'm just giving everyone the dubbed version of what Za is saying. So in his own language, it looks like he's saying, I hate Chopper, I hate Shanks, blah, 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 right? But when you dub it, what he's actually saying is, nah, Shanks is top one, okay? Mihawk is somewhere underneath, and Chopper is a vital piece of the crew. That's really what he's trying to say. So I'm just giving y'all a translation. Don't get mad at me. I was dubbed the dubber of Za lingo. So either way, man. Guys, we have chapter 1152. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna see what happens. I have my straw hat in the back. I was gonna put it on because I'm just praying, right, that we get to see our captain. Or maybe our captain has a line or two. You know? I mean, hey, maybe he doesn't have to fight. maybe he just gets to say, I'm going to be king of the pirates. You know, it's been like a month, maybe more, since we've really gotten any real dialogue. So like, hey, Straw Hat is right behind me. I think I'm gonna pop it on if Luffy speaks. I'm gonna pop it on. What else am I gonna? Oh, that's right. Before we get in the chapter, I wish you guys could see this. Wayne, my boy Wayne, got me this Nami banner. Right, it's not in the frame, and I probably can't put it in the frame because it'd probably get my stream pulled down. I want so bad to show you this banner. I don't think I can though, but god dang. Shout out to Wayne. That's all I'm gonna say. He said, knock that chopper thing down. No, my wife got me that. Actually, I didn't even ask for it. I think it's a piggy bank. So I can't do that, man. That would get me knocked down. And I don't like getting in trouble. So either way, he said Whopper. Facts. W chopper. All right, man. Let's get into the chapter, man, and see what we're talking about here. Let me share my screen over. And yeah, facts. I don't want to get in trouble, Zah. I'm going to tell her Zah told me to do it, but that's probably not going to work. Nika said, your setup looking nice. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate that. Strawberry says, I want to see it. Okay. I'd have to move my camera. You know what? Let me see. I'm going to do this. Bear with me like 2 minutes. Just so I can show you guys like the other piece next to me. I don't want to move my camera because I have to reset the camera. I'm just going to log in on my other camera here, right? And yeah, give me like 1 minute. So I don't have to do that. I'm just going to log in on my phone and I'm going to show y'all. Okay. It's not that bad. I'm kind of like over exaggerating just a little bit, but like, not gonna lie, Wayne got me set up. So either way, let me do this. 1 second. All right. So let me do this. Turn that down, and hold on. I forgot how to turn my camera around. Not gonna lie, every day I feel like I'm actually my age, and I hate that for me. Oh, there we go. Wait. Yo. I feel like I'm old, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. All right. You know what? F it. Straight up Nami in like this volleyball uniform. Not gonna hold you. If you see me looking over to the left today, just know that you know, I'm a little bit busy, so don't question it. That's all I'm saying. Either way, let's get into the chapter, man, and see what we're talking about today. He says banner's not. Yeah, appreciate it, bro. I don't know where Wayne got it, but I don't even want to ask because yeah, it's you know, Nami, man, Nami. Either way, let's get into the chapter. So let me go full screen. Okay, there we go. All right, so we got chapter 1152 today, and the chapter is called A Horrible Day. Okay, I'm very curious to see why it is a horrible day. We still got Yamato. Now we see Kawamatsu. Okay, cool. Kawamatsu, he's happy. Tama is like off and Tama's behind his head. I think that's what that's trying to show me. Hold on. So like the bubbles are like right here, which should mean she's over here. So are they trying to say that he's thinking about Tama? Tama's not back here, obviously. Who's thinking about Tama? Or is Tama like all the way back in the background? What are you trying to show me? I don't understand. Is someone thinking about Tama? Are they both thinking about Tama? Okay, I don't know. But either way, Kawamatsu, and then Ulti in page 1. And I guess they're walking through the town, and maybe they'll end up working all together in the future. He said Tama gave him the hat. Okay, there we go. There's the crumb of context I needed. Because I'm like, why is this thought bubble here? Maybe they're talking about Tama. So they're both thinking about Tama. Their eyes are both closed. And they're, okay, see? That's what I was thinking. Okay, got it. Appreciate it, Nika. I don't be knowing what I be looking at. Okay, so it says Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 36. Wow. Oh, there he is right there. Otama's Amigasa hat delivered to Kawamatsu, Daimyo of Hakumai. I could have just read that. It probably would have helped if I read that. But okay. There you go. That's why they're thinking about Tama. Okay, either way. Let's get into it. He said finally this cover story is over. Is it over? Because it was supposed to be over 2 chapters ago. So I'm not getting my hopes up. Literally not getting my hopes up. But we're just gonna see. I'm gonna let him cook. I don't think it's over, but if it's not, it's okay. Either way, let's see why the day is so horrible. Okay, so it says, hurry to the lift. Do your best with that fool, Gerd. All right. Take care, you guys. Ultra rare Gerd. I will give it my all. Make it snappy, Haruden. We've got to go. Which, by the way, I don't like how this pose right here that Road is doing is so similar to Frankie's. Like it's just missing the arms touching. It's so close. I don't like it. But that's just a quick point out that I noticed. I don't like that. Make it snappy, Haruden. We've got to go. Okay. I'll stay too, Luffy. We can't move Mr. Ya when he's so badly injured. All right. Thanks, Chopper. We got a Luffy talk. We got Luffy lines. Shout out to the captain. Luffy spoke. Man. I knew it. It was that straw hat. That straw hat had to be next to me. And that's what caused Luffy to have lines this chapter. He had some last chapter too, but it was kind of at the end. But shout out to Luffy, man. Shout out to the monk. Hey, Straw Hat Luffy. Okay, what's up, Mr. Ya? What are we saying? Make a mental note of how you use your color of Supreme King. They are not immortal. Oh. Okay. Well, there's a nugget. There is a nugget. Thanks. I've got this one. I'm going to save Colin and everyone else. Let me see. What y'all saying? Blah, 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 blah. Yo, speaking on Frankie, my boy needs some hockey. I think he's okay with the technology. I don't mind him not having hockey. Frankie doesn't even have armament. I'm cool with that. Nika says, Road is a big fan of the Straw Hats. He probably was inspired by Frankie. Thanks for the shout. Yeah, for sure. It was just a quick, I don't know. Just felt weird seeing anyone. I've never seen anyone else get that close to doing the pose and it not be like Frankie or someone doing it with Frankie. I don't know. Refe says, what could Gabon mean there? About them not being immortal or about how he uses color of Supreme King? I don't have the answer. I'm assuming I'll figure it out at the end of this chapter, but off top, okay, they're not immortal. Obviously, he knows that because he cut them, which is a cool nugget. So he's saying that there's a way that other people can do it. Cool. How you use your conquerors? I don't know. I guess there's a different way to infuse it. I don't know. We'll see. The Refe says that annoyed me when I read it. Technology infused attacks. Come on, Ree. Yeah. What's wrong? Wait. Let's not. Don't forget the 3 big things in One Piece, right? are Haki, your Devil Fruit, and technology. They're all on the same tier, right? Technology gives you hacks that you can get otherwise, right? I mean, we just watched the Seraphim go toe to toe with our Yonko crew, and that's all technology. So they I mean, like, let's slow down because they don't have Devil Fruits. That's all straight technology. So I don't want to go too crazy. I think, yes, technology can be on par with these other two. It's just another way, just another type of hack. So I think it's okay that he doesn't have Haki because there's other forms that can get you like to be in that next tier, in my opinion. Okay. Let me see. Thinks I've got this one. I'm saying calling everyone else. Oop, hold on. There we go. Oh, he got Loki talk too. Okay. You've helped me see the sense of it, Gabon. I wasn't able to verbalize my own power. And in that case, I've experienced it for myself. The Holy Knights can be stopped. Undo my cuffs and take me with you, Haruden. Okay. For sure. For sure. That's a lot of blood that bro is getting. But he is massive, so it makes sense. I'm just ready for him to get these freaking bandages off his eyes, man. Oh, my bad. I got to zoom out. Oops, sorry, guys. I didn't even see the rest of the panel. You've helped me see the sense of it, Gabon. I wasn't able to verbalize my own power. And in that case, I've experienced it for myself. The Holy Knights can be stopped. Wait. What is he? I wasn't able to verbalize my own power. What did I miss? Did they end the last chapter talking about something that I'm forgetting? Undo my cuffs and take me with you, Haruden. You're going to fight for Elbaf? Oh, look how big this man is. God dang it. I can't get over that, man. Even these blood, like these cases of blood are bigger than Haruden. Oh my God. That's scary. That is so scary. Nika says the Seraphim are Haki users confirmed too. That's fair. That's fair. That's why I didn't say they don't have Haki. But technologically, they are still up there because of technology. That's all I'm saying. So I don't want to discredit how technology is a factor and can be seen as strength. Let's see. 100% I was felt yet. When was the last time he brawled? He used the Shogun more than anything. That's fair. To be honest, he tried to fight Saturn, but it didn't go well. He's talking about when Gunko, because he displayed. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Okay, that's I be trying to. There's just okay. Thank you. Because I'm like, yo, what am I missing? Got it. Especially that was 2 weeks ago too. So yeah. Okay. Either way, let's keep pushing. I'm not taking you anywhere. Seems like there's more than one of you with Supreme King Haki. Who said that? Oh, okay. Seems like there's more than one of you with Supreme King Haki. Who, me? Gabonded. Yeah, you're right, Riffy. My bad. I'm trying to like look at all this quickly and read quickly so I don't take too long. Sanji, bro, is freaking hilarious. Yeah, I had a feeling. I'm tired of Mosshead and Jinbei stealing all of my glory. You there, swordsman. You seem quite at ease with it. Dang, bro. Is this a Sanji quick downscale? No. Wait. I can use Supreme King Haki? Huh? Zoro. What? You didn't know that? It's flowing out of you. Unbelievable Haki is a power that's only useful when you consciously control it. Okay. I mean, obviously, right? But what are you trying to tell us, Gabon? Maybe you're gonna actually drop a gem. How do you expect to support your captain, an emperor of the sea, without knowing that? Ooh. I'm not gonna hold you. Did Gabon is kind of like railing into them right now, especially Zoro. Like, I'm trying to think. Rayleigh definitely did not make Zoro feel like this. Like, but he's right though. But I mean, granted, he kind of did just get that buff in Wano, right? But interesting. Okay. But yeah, it's still crazy that he says he doesn't know that he can use it. Unbelievable Haki is a power that's only useful when you can consciously control it. So maybe, and I could just be yapping, but maybe, this is the next level. Maybe they're trying to say, like, which is valid, could be valid, right? With Luffy, because again, like, he's kind of getting the Haki and like his power usage down. So maybe that next level is him really, really honing in and being able to control his Haki on all aspects and all phases. Maybe that's what he's trying to tell us. And yes, they are, but they don't explain it for him. Okay, got it. And yeah, I see Zoro has been her facts. Because I'm sitting there like, okay, if you're saying he wasn't able to do it, then even how that just shows me like how crazy that fight was with King. It just puts it in a whole nother tier, because I'm like, dang, like that fight with King was insane. But like that, you weren't even like, I don't even know what percentage of like your strength you were using at that time, right? Like, hopefully this makes sense. What I'm trying to say is the strength that he had, like all the strength he had at that time, because obviously they get stronger each arc, but all the strength he had at that time, he wasn't even using all the strength he had at that time because he couldn't control his Haki. He wasn't even aware he had Conqueror's Haki, which is crazy. But just put it in perspective, like how much stronger he's getting. Anyway, I don't know if this is making any sense. I think y'all know what I'm trying to say. But that's crazy. Zoro nerf and Sanji slander again. Refe says, I don't know, maybe he's a late bloomer. Sanji has made many choices that may have diminished his awakening of Conquerors. Whole Cake Island. What was it that hold on, run me back. You're probably spitting, but like remind me, what was that choice he made to diminish it in Whole Cake? I'm trying to just run me back. You probably spitting, red face, you're normally spitting. I need you to explain it to me. How he diminished it. Because I don't remember. Zaza says, I think he will unlock it when he fights the giants. I don't know. Maybe. He might get it. I don't know. Refe says Zoro had an edge the whole time against King. That's wild. Facts. Zoro with advanced conquerors is gonna be crazy. We'll see. Wait, did I read the bottom? Yes, I did. Okay. Hey Gramps, what about me? This is pathetic. Haruden, you'd rather have outsiders save our homeland? Elbaf already has me. And he's still ignoring Sanji. Crazy. Is that a fact? Because I can certainly see you betraying Elbaf and joining the side of the government instead. You more or less already did that once. How can I possibly trust you? Okay, so he joined the side of the government in the past. Interesting. I thought, according to what we know now, I'm just understanding that he just killed his father because he's just evil. What is this government joining? And by the way, he still turned down the Holy Knights. He turned down joining them. So Interesting. Very, very interesting. Nika says, facts. Now that he knows that will make a difference. Now that he knows that will make a difference, but they still need to learn technique. Exactly. Hurry, Haruden. Wasted time means more victims. Facts. Hey, Loki. Join my crew. We got the infamous join my crew. What? Wait. We got the infamous join my crew. Is this actually happening? We got the infamous join my freaking crew. That's crazy. Join my crew, man. Then can we set him free, Haruden? Whew. Okay, first off, before I read on, which I will keep reading on, I'm just thinking about this logically. Two things. If he doesn't join this, none of this makes sense, right? But if he does at some point join this crew, their crew will be so busted that either Loki is not as strong as we think, because surely Loki can't be as strong as we think if he's going to join his crew, unless the people that we're going to fight at the end of the show are just nuts. They'd have to be just so insane that Luffy's crew wouldn't be busted if he actually joins his crew. Or Loki is just not that strong and he's just like kind of average. I don't know. What are you saying? Once they learn what Shanks did to Aramaki, Once they learn what Shanks did to Aramaki, they threw means of hockey. Luffy, the king of reading people. Facts. Read the world government stuff. We've been predicted. This is confirmation here. Okay. Facts. No, that's true. I mean, I was kind of thinking, I didn't really know. I was just thinking like, I don't know. But yes, we did predict it. You're right. Refe says, in terms of Sanji, by the way, I think when he kind of gave in to that threat of Big Mom through Beige. For example, if Luffy got a letter that he would be on straight violence. If he got a letter like that, he would be on straight violence if someone was threatening his whole crew. I think that it was the timing. I think what you're saying overall, fair enough, but I think it was just the timing because of who he had around him. He couldn't make that decision. I think it was the timing. Like maybe if he was with his whole crew and got that letter, then he's on 10. But I think it was more of like I'm not gonna do this because of, well, one, the village I'm in, and also two, the crew that I've left. Like I'm the strongest person that's left with these people. So like, nah, I can't do this. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But fair enough. That's all I'm gonna say. Fair enough. Nika, I'm learning I can't bet with y'all. You know you can't bet. Through the means. Okay, I got you. Sanji had to make a choice though. His crew was in danger and he was got fat. Yeah, right. Remember Brooks? Yes, exactly. That's kind of just my take. But fair enough, Redface. Fair enough. Okay. Forget about it, Luffy. There's no way this enormous freak fits on our ship. What about the food? He eats more than you. Come on, it sounds like Elbaf doesn't want you around anyway. I think it'd be fun with you. And if anyone's got a problem, I'll whoop them. Okay. Shut your mouth, Pipsqueak. Why would I ever be a henchman for you? Is that what your instinct tells you, Straw Hat? I want to see him fight. Yeah, nah, he's joined the crew. This sounds like every other crew member. They always deny it, and then they end up joining. This is definitely, it's gonna happen. Which that was a prediction we had a long time ago. But yeah, it's gonna happen. Haruden, what's the holdup? We gotta use the lift. I'm coming now. I'm sorry, Straw Hat, but Elbaf has condemned Loki to death. You can't have him. Oh, darn. Haruden, go on and unlock Loki's chains. Ooh. Okay. Not you too, Mr. Ya. Why do you say this? Loki killed 113 soldiers in the castle 14 years ago. He gave Chief Ferul a most grievous wound and slaughtered his own father. His crimes are monstrous and historic in scale. Oof. Okay. Okay. Majority rules, Haruden. Majority rule. I know, but the day it happened, we felt an extreme abnormal hockey from the castle. Oh, okay. Okay. And Shanks and I headed for a Roost Castle together. We didn't see the whole thing, but we were there. You what? Huh? Did you say Shanks? Let's talk Shanks. Let's talk Shanks. Nika says, Factory, he will be the crew member that dies. It's possible. It's possible. Loki is going to have the craziest fighting style to date above Kaido. Ooh, okay. Free Loki. Free Loki. In Loki, we trust facts. They doing Loki like Tori. He's crazy. I mean, Tori did he should be exonerated now with more evidence coming out that he's innocent, but we'll see. Been on his side since day one. I still think he's like that. We'll see. Okay, here comes the Shanks lore, and it's heavy. Hey. See, maybe that's why Red Face popped up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm noticing a pattern, bro. And then when Shanks makes an appearance, Red Face is here. Okay, I got you. It's been free my man since the Going Merry. Dang. Free Loki since the Going Merry. Okay. He said, hey, yo, man, come on. Okay. All right. Sorry, Stanson. You'll have to go up first. Zoro Sanji will catch up with you soon. Shanks obsessed fool. What? Don't call Shanks a fool. He was talking about you, fool. Gabon. Who better to tell the story than Haruden? You're still brothers, even if your mothers are different. You have 3 minutes to explain everything. What happened in the castle that day 14 years ago, Loki? If you're a true warrior of Elbaf, then swear by the name of God and speak the truth. Love the passion. Oh, about to get some Shanks lower. I'm so here for it. I'm so here for it. This is a cruel demand, brother. You want me to relive that event? We sure do. We sure do. I'd rather not remember the details. It was a horrible day. Someone's coming from the sky. Oh, I love flashbacks when they're dope like this. 14 years ago. Ooh, let me zoom out. Okay. 14 years ago. Oh no, Loki. Prince Loki has returned. Chief Ferul is here as well. Okay. Oh, I'm ready. We got the black panels. I like it. He summoned you too, Loki. Look at that hammer. God dang. Hey, we're family. You're looking good though, old man. Just try not to live too long, eh? Shut your mouth. His Majesty is in the throne room. What does he want with me anyway? I have no interest in a man who'd sell his soul to the world government. Okay. These are the people who killed Rocks. If Elbaf is going in that direction, they'll make an enemy out of me. Ooh. I like it. The world government. I like it. I like it. Lower your volume. I'm an old man now. I'd rather leave the politics to the younger folks. Okay. Okay. And that lackadaisical, excuse me. And that lackadaisical attitude is exactly the problem. It's how you end up with peace-addicted children with no idea of how to swing away. Oh, whoa. First off, Harul. Oh, no. That wasn't Harul. That was Loki. Okay. I'll say, why is Harul saying this? Loki said that. Got it. Ironically, that's what's happening right now. I like it. That's the age we live in. My granddaughter's granddaughter doesn't fight, and she's adorable. Soft old dullard. Train her up. Use some discipline. What's that ruckus? It comes from the throne room. Chief Harul, thank you for coming. And Loki, or my prince, welcome back. Hey, I heard that. Just a minute. Let me check with the king. He summoned me here. This is my home. Just open the door, you clown. Stop. No violence, your highness. Ooh. Boot to the face. God dang. Ah. Hey, Pop. I'm back. Oh. Huh? Wait. Is this the king? Huh? Okay. All right. Harold, what's going on in here? What the freak? Okay. Highly confused. The Sun World, Gabon's house. This view's simply enormous. This place is the best, ain't it? Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Time out. Harul's sitting right here. So Harul is standing right next to him. So why is Loki? Oh, let me just keep reading, bro. Harul is standing right next to him. So he knows he didn't do it. Bro, hold on a second, man. I'm about to crash out. I'm legit about to crash out. Let's keep going. The view's simply enormous. This place is the best, ain't it? Been a while since we shared a good bath together. What's it been, 3 or 4 years? Are you kidding? Captain died 10 years ago. Has it really been that long? It must feel like an eternity for you then. Yeah, my life's changed entirely. My plan was to join up with Buggy and lead a laid-back pirating life. Ooh. But even here in Elbaf, there's so much more to learn. You're a child of fate, Shanks. Don't bother thinking over the tricky little details. You remember Little Garden? The island where we met Dory and Brogy? Of course. How does the water feel, Mr. Ya and Shanksy? Not gonna hold you, bro. Not gonna hold you. Ripley. Now, Ripley, believe it or not, I'm gonna need you to stay away from me if I'm in the bath. Either way, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. That scared me. Shanksy. It feels great. Thanks, Ripley. Okay, my bad. I need to see. Oh man. Okay, y'all are commenting. Let me see these comments before I can see you. What if a rule is wearing a fake hat? That would be hilarious. With the sword going through it. Shanks is trying to stop this. What else could he be referring to? Yes, that's the king. Look at his horns. Clearly, they're altered. Haru's a snake. Louis Arnott said it. The sword in his head is messing with his memory. Plus, you gotta still let it play out. Remember those guards end up dead while the king's sword is in the geezer's head. Fair enough. Look at Shank's arm in the other panel. He has the mark. What are you talking about? What panel? Let me back up. Oh, shoot. This two-armed Shanks? Oh, shoot. I'm tweaking. This was 14 years ago, though. Yeah, so, okay. This would have been right before he went to go meet Luffy, ironically. Those dates should match up. Okay. I'm tripping. I didn't even notice the double arm. And it's the arm that has the tattoo on it. Interesting. That is very interesting that they made sure to show us that. And it's on the arm that he lost. Okay. Good point. Okay. Let me scroll. Okay. I'm assuming there's something important about that tattoo. I know you guys will tell me. Okay. She seems to like it when I'm at eye level like this. Who's she? Is this Shanks' kid? Wait. Because Colin's a boy. So what are we doing? I guess this is how you have to design your house if you live with a giant. Oh, wait. Oh, God, I'm not reading this right. Thank you. My bad, man. I'm not going to hold you. I'm trying to keep up with who's talking. Okay. It's Mr. Ya talking. She seems to like it when I'm at eye level like this. I guess this is how you have to design your house if you live with a giant, huh? I've got a lingonberry tart for you. Have some wine with it if you like. Tell me some stories about Mr. Ya's younger days, Shanksy. Oh boy, the tales I could tell at every single port of call. Gabon had a different... L Shanks, bro. To the wife is crazy. L Shanks. Like, bro, spilling the beans like that to the wife is crazy. Hey, punk, you want to leave this island alive? How much about King Harold? Okay, wow. You know much about King Harold? They worship him like a god here in Elbaf. Yes, I met him in Marijua. We got along all right. Okay. But there was something we couldn't talk. Wait. The freak were you doing in Marijua, actually? Okay, wait. 14 years ago. Well, okay, now that makes sense because I had already speculated that he probably, at some point prior to talking to Buggy, he had met with his father. So, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And he probably was up in Marijua. Got it. Okay. Very interesting, though. But there was something we couldn't talk about in the Holy Land. So if he's back home, I'd like to meet him and discuss it before it's too late. Okay. On this day, there was a massacre in the castle. And the most beloved king in Elbaf's history, wise King Harold, perished. Huh? What's that? Let me out. Who blocked the door? Help. Okay. Chief Harul. Okay, there goes a sword in the head. This is the treasure of Elbaf, the forbidden devil fruit. Okay. Got it. So he just stole the fruit. That was something I was wondering too. Like, did he kill him? Fruit spawned back. He got the fruit. Got it. So the fruit was in the treasure chest. But what was it that caused people to praise him so? Okay. For that, we must go far back in time to 109 years before the present. Okay. Wait, hold on. Wait. Let me read that panel because hold on. But there was something we couldn't talk about in the Holy Land, so if he's back, I'd like to discuss him. Okay, before it's too late. On this day, there was a massacre in the castle, and the most beloved king in Elbaf's history, wise King Harold, perished. But what was it that caused people to praise him? So, okay, got it. Now I'm tracking. Okay. Flashback and a flashback. Thank you. That's why I'm like, what the freak is going on? Okay, now I'm tracking. This is another flashback. Okay. To 109 years ago, or 109 years before the present. Okay. When the question of what is the most frightening thing on the sea would elicit a unanimous answer, the giant pirate crew were the most widely feared figures of the day. At the same time, the royal ship from the land of giants only enhanced the fear of the world felt toward Elbaf. I hear there's a beautiful princess in this castle. Take a look. Okay. Haha. And a major reason for that. Let me back out. Hold on. There we go. And a major reason for that. Oopsie, my foot slipped. Please don't do that, Your Majesty. King of Warland Island, Elbaf Island, Harold. Oh, so he was a brutal tyrant. Was that Harold, King of Elbaf, who ascended the throne at just 45 years old, is at just 45 years old, 15 in human years. Interesting. Okay, so he became king at 15, basically. And let me zoom in. Bro's crushing people into... Which, is that not the castle? No, that can't be the castle. Look how big he is. There's no way. Wait. Okay, there's a lot of questions I have. Was undeniably a low-life scumbag. Who's your god now? So what? Okay, hold on. Give me a second. What am I even trying to... Okay, so Harold was killed. Okay, so maybe... Are they trying to say his people did not like him? Because, like, surely these little people are not giants. Harold, King of Elbaf. Or did he take over Elbaf and make that giant, like the giant village? Like, he said that's a castle, just not his. It's a castle on another. Okay, all right. You know what? I'm going to bring y'all up because I'm not going to hold you. I'm not. Yeah, let's talk about it, man. Let's just talk about it. He said it's not Elbaf. Okay, let's just talk about it, bro. Because yeah, I'm like somewhat, just a little bit lost. But Yeah, let's talk about it. W for the Shanks lore though. Definitely show W for the Shanks lore. Oh, they never did this before. A flashback within a flashback. Facts. I'll be there shortly. For sure. Mrs. Strawberry, hello. Always nice to see you. Let me put on my there we go. I want to put on my other music. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm trying to let me just take a second to like understand this. What's going on, Red Face?
Yes.
Let me like slightly zoom in. Maybe this will help me. Okay, so was he the captain of the pirates too? Like what?
Yeah.
Am I missing?
I'm pretty sure he was captain of the Giant Warrior Pirates, and then he was also the king. Oh no. No.
Nah,
Wasn't it Dorian Broggie?
it was Dorian Broggie that was captain of the ship. They even say that there was a second ship causing havoc that added on to why the Giants was feared.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. At the same time, the royal. Okay, got it. See, now I'm not trying to hold you. I'm sitting there like looking at this. I'm like, yo, like,
It's a lot.
high key confused, but okay.
So now,
Zal, what's going on, bro?
Where he's at
Oh,
now,
what'd you say, Red Face?
Where he's at now, that's a human kingdom. I don't know what kingdom that is though.
Okay, so it is a
Don't
human
know.
kingdom.
Yeah, it's definitely a human kingdom. Don't know what kingdom it is though.
Yeah.
Okay, so he didn't just pillage a village and make that into Elbath. That's not what I'm reading.
Nah.
Nah.
Okay, got it. So what was the point of what am I? Okay, you know what? Hold on. We'll get back to this.
It's the start of a new flashback in it, so it's a little bit.
Yeah. It's a flashback within a flashback.
No, I got that part. I guess I'm just trying to see, like, what are you trying to show me? Like,
Okay, I think Otis is trying to show us Harold as a YN.
Yeah.
Him becoming a
Peace.
to like peaceful on some like peace, teaching kids how to read books and whatnot.
Yeah.
But like now we see him as a YN kicking in doors.
okay, I like that. Which he has that drip on, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that massive sword his? Is that the massive sword here that we see that's stuck in the island? Or am I tripping?
Let me see.
I don't think that's the massive sword that we see stuck in the island. I
I
hate
don't
to
think
say-
so.
Yeah, I hate to say I'm getting more and more convinced that Loki's fruit is connected to that sword in a weird way.
Okay. Oh, what's going on, Wayne? Good to see you, bro, in the chat. How's it going?
Wayne.
Nika said, oh, what's up, Wayne? He said, from YN to OG fully spitting. Yeah, I can see that. I guess I'm just.
Wait,
And he has that. Is that the same belt Loki has on? I can't really see it.
It looks the same.
Same emblem.
He looks the same. Oh.
Very similar.
Yeah, he looked just like Kato.
Is that another giant? Like
Yeah.
below. Yeah, no, Harold is massive.
Yeah,
Harold's
Harold's
that guy,
huge.
man.
So why is he? Okay. All right. I got you.
We'll
talk about it.
That you just crushed. That is wild.
He crushed his own giant into the castle. Like, that's nuts.
Respect.
That's nuts. There's
Respect.
so much to talk about. Like, I'm somewhat upset that I didn't get to understand more about this Loki thing. That's what I cared to see more of. But it's cool. We'll talk about it. All right, man. What's going on, you guys? Appreciate y'all. Of course, jumping on the stream, man. Let's get into it, bro. Let's talk some One Piece. All right, so Red Face, what's your thoughts, man? What you rate it? What you feeling, bro?
I can't lie. Can't be giving man a flashback in a flashback, and then there's no break next week. So automatically, that's got to be like a 9.5, 10 situation. Like that's wild. The Shanks lore, I'm excited to see that. I think Shanks was actually trying to save Harold. I think he had an inkling that something was gonna happen. Maybe Harold was given a certain mark, and that's what's triggered this transformation, and then they've killed him now. That's what my thought on that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Zaza's crazy.
Oh,
I got you.
Come
Oh.
on, man.
Oh.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah,
You good,
thoughts?
Red Face? Oh man, that was a great recap of the chapter.
What was the last word?
Huh?
Huh?
All right, what you got, Fully?
Oh, my days.
That was a great chapter. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a person that I love when we get so many things that you can eat off of.
Yeah.
So this chapter was really amazing in the sense of like, I'm a person who I've never thought that Sanji would get conquerors, but like it's given that like he might have to get conquerors at the end of this. And I'm just
Mhm.
like,
He has
all
to.
right.
He has
Yeah,
to.
it's giving
He
that
has
vibe.
to. They're the
It's
wings. They're the
it's very much giving that
wings.
vibe. I love
They're the
this Zoro.
wings.
I love that check-in that Zoro guy was like, oh, I am using Conqueror. I should be doing better with this. All right, I hear you. Okay. I appreciate that. Rocks, like the whole rocks in the world government thing and whatnot, that puts levels on, like, because like we've all have theorized or made like, you know, our own connections of like rocks and like how rocks died. Did he die to like Roger and like Garp working together and whatnot?
Oh,
And we'll
yeah.
see that kind of like parallel in the future with like Blackbeard and Luffy fighting Emu, something like that. But learning the world government took him out, that has levels to that shit. I'm interested on that one. Real
He probably
shit
got
there.
rushed. He probably got left behind by the rocks pirates, and then I don't know, maybe the Holy Knights have done him away with him.
Yep, and then the last thing was the whole time dilation, because that whole conversation, it blew my mind. I'm like, we've already been talking about the time dilation, but after hearing Yasan being like, oh, it's only been like 4 years, bro, and Shane's like, no, B, it's been like 10.
10.
What you talking about?
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good
Like,
point.
I even thought it was 3 years. It's
I didn't even
crazy.
catch that.
Yeah, I had to give this chapter a solid 9.5. I like a solid 9.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Didn't catch
And it was
that.
an extra long chapter as well.
Mm-hmm. We was
Yeah, there was a lot of like there's a lot of smaller panels in this chapter, so a lot more reading. Okay. Wayne says, bro, it sounds like I need to catch up. I'm like 2 chapters behind. Yeah, bro. You first off, 1150 is probably the best chapter I've ever had the privilege of reading. So you
Yes,
definitely
sir.
want to take your time to
was
read
chapter
that.
of the year.
That crap was crazy. So yeah, you got to catch up. Start with 1150. I'm assuming that's where you are because it's 1152. So yeah, you're right behind peak of peak. So would you rate? You rated this what? Fully, I missed it.
9.5.
All right, cool. Strawberry.
Yes, sir.
What do you rate it? What are your thoughts? How you feeling?
Thoughts, I need to reread it. I actually had to take a very important phone call, so I only got the beginning of it.
Okay.
So I got to reread
Okay.
it.
What are your thoughts on the first page? I'm just
To be
joking.
honest,
I'm totally joking.
I was about to say. I'm like, well, I mean, Gabon spilling tea was, it had me hooked. As soon as he said it, I'm all like, okay, so how's this work? I think I got up to where dang, I done forgot where I hopped off at. I'll reread it. I know I definitely heard them tell Loki no to go in, and then someone asking like you would rather have strangers fight for Elbath and blah blah. Yeah, that's where I left off.
All right, yeah. So you're about in the middle. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Za, thoughts, bro?
I give it a really solid 9.5. I love Gabon talking to Zoro, trying to get him to level up, which in turn will level up Sanji, which will in turn level up the crew. And I love that he told him that, yo, they're not immortal. Also, love the confirmation that Elbaf time is. So now I'm thinking when they leave Elbaf, how older and how long have they been gone away for? Like that's the type of things I'm thinking about. I'm like, yo, have I been gone away for a couple of, like, so it's kind of dope. I was talking about this in the chat. I think Shanks is in the Abyss world. I honestly think that's how Shanks gets around everywhere because he has that mark. So Shanks uses the Abyss world to travel. That's how he gets from place to place.
I've been,
Yeah, he deserves it. He deserves it. Anyway, but yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, I think that's how he gets around. I think that's why, because I don't want to say it, but I think he was one of the people that can regenerate. And I think that's why Mihawk doesn't fight him anymore because he's like, yo, I can't fight you anymore because you don't reheal, you don't do any of that. So that's why Mihawk's like, yo, you not the man you once were. But outside of that, I like the chapter.
So he's in the Abyss.
Mhm.
Very interesting. Oh, gotta talk about that. Because now you got my head going places. But
bro,
very interesting. Nika, you there? Or you need to come back to you, bro? Or I'll come back to you. I saw you're a kid. All right. So wait, hold on. You good, nigga?
Yeah, my bad. I had to fix my audio a little bit.
No, you're good. I know you have a child.
What's the word though, guys?
What's up, bro? What's your thoughts? What's your rating on the chap?
8.5. I'm between 8.5 and 9 right now.
That's
8.5 and 9. Okay.
Yeah,
Why
I'm
is
between
that?
8.5 and 9. I would say because Gabon he gave us stuff, but he didn't really give us stuff. If you get what I'm saying. Like he gave us the confirmation that yes, it's Conqueror's Haki. You told them they had to control it more, but you didn't actually say what needs to be. You didn't actually provide a method of technique. You just let them know. Use it more carefully. That's pretty much all you said.
Yeah.
I don't blame him though.
What did you say?
I don't blame him though. There's
Oh
not
no,
really
I don't
much
blame him.
time.
I don't blame him neither. I feel like when he's more like back to being active, like after getting healed up by Chopper and stuff, we'll get more of what I'm asking for. But I was hoping that when we got the answer, we get the whole shebang. That's kind of more along the lines I've been at because it's like we've been playing with this for a few chapters now. So I kind of thought we were just gonna like, all right, here, this is what is being done. This is what you need to do. You know. But I'm okay. I'm okay with what
Oda don't really operate like that on a grand scale though. He ain't never gonna just like do it exactly like this and enter the field and niggas do it exactly like that. He gonna spoon feed the details to us.
Yeah, like I said, I know he was good. I had a feeling he was gonna do something like that. So I'm cool with the 8.5. Honestly, I still wanted more though. But for everything else that we got in the chapter, I like the little subtle confirmations and stuff. But if you actually look into the chapter read, if you look at Sanji and Gabon, when Sanji asked him about the whole Conquerors thing, it's actually somewhat of an off-panel conversation that goes on between them. Because after Sanji talks to Gabon, Sanji does like a little huff and puff, like you see the huff of air come out of his mouth. So I don't know what that was to mean. Maybe he's close to it, or maybe he asked Gabon, like, do I at least have it? Maybe I'm not utilizing it. Is there something I'm missing? Am I almost there? Who knows? Because we don't know how Gabon is. He can sense Haki, but how does he know off rip? How can he identify it? Because Zoro, he can't even seem to identify that it's Conqueror's Haki he's exuding. He knows it's Haki, but he doesn't know it's Conqueror's Haki. Luffy knows. Kaido knows, Gabon knows, but Zoro didn't know himself. And to me, that's a mental nerf in itself because now the subtle difference of him not knowing to him knowing means a whole lot more now. It's like Ichigo. If you've seen Bleach, it's like Ichigo using what's the technique? Using Getsuga Tensho without actually knowing that it's called Getsuga Tensho. But as they said, when you know the name, when you actually know what you're doing, you know the name of the technique, whatever the case may be. It's like increasing the strength of it.
Yeah.
Valid. All right. Trip, what's up, bro? Good to see you. What's your thoughts, man? Chapter, rating?
Young man, what's good with you, man? What's happening with you, man? What's good with you?
Not much.
Rating for the chapter? Shit, I'm gonna be 9.5, man. 9.5. I loved it, man.
Yeah.
I loved it, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. All across the board, too. All across the board, from like page 1 to the last page. You know what I'm saying? Any chapter that I could laugh out loud is a great chapter. Any chapter that I could be like, ain't no fucking way out loud is a good chapter. You know what I mean? Any chapter that like we get a double down confirmation for my goat Zoro, you know what I'm saying? Is a great chapter, you know what I'm saying? So I loved it. I loved the chapter. As far as the rating go, that's the rating I got. But if I had any other thoughts, I'd have to like pinpoint certain shit because I have thoughts on everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'll address those as we go on, I guess.
For sure. All right. My rating probably I'm probably like 8.59, right? Similar to Nika. I think it was a good chapter. I don't mind flashback chapters. I like them. I just feel like I didn't get what I wanted out of a flashback. I know I'm gonna get more. I know there's more coming. I felt like, I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna, I don't mind being left on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm not even on a cliffhanger right now with the flashback. I'm just
Can I
kind
ask
of
a
like,
subtle question?
please.
Who do you think was it in the chapter that took the devil fruit?
I don't know.
You asking everyone?
I mean, it was a general question.
I would say, I mean, from the as far as the who we know was in possession of the gum fruit before Shanks was who's who. So that's who I'm gonna go with right now. Now, regarding like I imagine that's what sent Shanks on the mission to go get it from who's who because of what had just transpired in Elbaf. So that scene that we see Shanks going to go get the shit off who's who, I imagine that's like
that is
maybe a week or two after what happened in Elbaf. We would just have to find out for sure. But
Trip, you're assuming that the devil Trip, you're assuming that the devil fruit that's in Elbaf is the same devil fruit that Shanks gave to Luffy. Or that Shanks ended up.
I am assuming that the devil fruit that was the treasure of Elbaf was the gum fruit. Yes.
Okay.
Was the actual Nika fruit because they know it as the actual Nika fruit. Yes, that's what I think.
So then, what are you guessing for? I think I feel like I asked you this before already. What are you guessing for Loki's fruit now?
I got something.
Because I'm not mad at the lore
that Loki fucked around and got. I believe Loki's fruit would simply be another amazing mythical zone that was just lingering around Elbaf, or if his dad had a devil fruit, he probably has his dad's fruit now. Seeing as how when someone dies, their fruit is spawned, somewhere within the vicinity. I wouldn't be surprised if he now has his dad's devil fruit. But more importantly, I've been leaning towards the devil fruit in question. More importantly, I've been leaning towards that it's the hammer that got the devil fruit, not necessarily Loki himself.
Okay, yeah, we did have this conversation about this already. This was on Discord. Okay, there we go.
I think
your answer felt mad familiar. Crazy.
What'd you say, Red Face?
I think Loki's devil fruit, yeah. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be more in line with like Norse lore, Norse mythology, and that. So Loki is a shapeshifter, so maybe potentially this devil fruit that he's got, it's a mythical zone, like Trip was saying, but this one here is different beast transformations, different animals that he can turn into. Maybe he's got like 4 or 5 different transformations he could do.
Okay, Redface. Another question for you then. So you think the devil fruit? Do you think?
I mean, what you're describing as far as mythical would be some type of chimera fruit.
be like beasts, beasts, literally, or maybe even just animals, because that's what Loki usually will do in the actual mythology.
What Redface? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Do you think the devil fruit that's being talked about in this chapter is the same devil fruit that Shanks had and left and brought to Dawn Village, basically? That's a question for all of y'all too. I actually want to know what y'all think.
Run it back. Say the question again, bro.
So you basically you asking me if
so there's a devil fruit in the chapter that gets taken by a mysterious figure. Do we think that devil fruit is the same devil fruit that Shanks then takes to Windmill Village that Luffy eats?
Nah,
do we think they're the same devil fruit?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I
Maybe.
wanted to hear y'all's opinion. I'm not mad at the answer of there being the same. I've heard.
I definitely think so. I definitely think so, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I think so, because one thing that Oda did was have the world government express how they had the world government express as to how, you know what I'm saying. I know you know. I'm just trying to explain to the others. You know what I'm saying. Goddamn, the world government expressed how the gum fruit had been evading them for X or Y amount of time. Yeah. However, we know Shanks got the fruit off of a government ship. So therefore, it was in their possession at some point in time. So I feel like that's just Oda connecting the dot as to when it was actually in their possession for a moment of time.
Yeah.
Before Shanks went and got it off of him again, type shit. That's what I think. That's what I think was going on right there. Just Oda trying to connect the. This is when the world government actually ended up getting their hands on it again after so much time, but you know they didn't have it. Like Who's Who never got to bring it back to Mary Joie type shit. Yeah. After hitting the lick on Elbaf to take on the way to take the fruit back there, Shanks doubled back on him and got the fruit back off of him. You know what I'm saying? So like it never even got to make it to them type shit.
How long ago was that?
The Shanks shit was this flashback was 14 years ago. We don't know how long ago that was. There was never a time indicator for that. That's the problem.
Oh, okay.
When we got that scene, there was never a time indicator for that scene. That was the problem.
Yeah, that actually is feasible.
Yeah, the timeline matches up. I'm sitting there thinking about it.
Is there anybody with an opposite thought of that to why it's not that devil fruit?
Yeah. It's light, and I need to like put more more into it to like researching it. But I was like just doing it now. The reason why I don't think it is the devil fruit is because they call him the cursed prince because they, him taking a devil fruit specifically from his father and whatnot. So like the whole thought process with that means
that's not why he's called the accursed prince, buddy. Hold on, I gotta slow you down. I gotta slow you down for me. That's not why he's called the accursed prince, dog.
So, if you're going to let me finish my train of thought, okay, so my train of thought I was going off of, like I said, I'm going to do more research into it. Say my statement like I did before. Thank you. So, my statement was that, like, to go off of that, he being the cursed prince, and they said, right, it's not just, I'm not saying that he's the cursed prince because of that. They're saying he's the cursed prince, and one of the things that he did was take a devil fruit. That's one thing they emphasize, his devil fruit. That's the only reason why we're all like, what is his devil fruit? So that means if it wasn't that, that's the reason why I'm on train of thought, because like it makes me think then if there were two devil fruits on such a high level to where he was able to rival Shanks on Elbaf, I would like to know what were these two fruits that were on such a high level. That's all I'm saying. It just makes me think that it could not be that. Because if he was able to rival Shanks, go out for 8 years and everything like that, and Shanks was the only person to pull his ass back and whatnot, it says something. And he even says, and we all have been like, oh, if Loki gets out, he's gonna be able to just shake the world with some type of way. We have gone with like, it's the world snake, it's this and that and this and that. That's why I'm just like, it doesn't give that like it could be that fruit that who had. If we're all going off that train of thought, that's all I'm saying.
I like that assessment too.
Fair.
I like that assessment.
I understand your viewpoint. I understand your viewpoint wholeheartedly. But I also want to just throw out that now that these things are coming to light, right? If he is already willing to take the false blame of killing his father in cold blood. Yeah, I took the devil fruit too, nigga. Good luck finding some shit I ain't got. But I took that too, nigga. Everything, put it on me, all that shit. So that's why even that devil fruit claim, I'm like, he may not even have eaten the actual devil fruit. Like, it may just be his hammer that got a fucking fruit, for one. And then for two, if he does actually have a devil fruit, I imagine it has nothing to do with what was taken from the palace. But ultimately, it's like now I can't even look at that as like I can't even look at he stole that devil fruit as factual, because every other blame that they're putting on him is starting to prove invalid. So it's like, damn, you just accepted the blame for that too? Like, what truly transpired? Oda's not gonna silhouette Loki taking the fucking fruit when we know what he looked like and we know he's been accused of taking the fruit.
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense.
Plus, this is someone else entirely. Not to reveal who it is yet, because he could have had who's who being shown with like the horns and shit, but would have been misleading because we're in Elbaf and all them niggas wear helmets that have that type of horn. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I just can't look at the stealing the devil fruit thing as valid now, because everything is like kind of muddied in. But that's what I also wanted to say about this flashback, you know, and y'all not getting y'all answers immediately. Like, I think this, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time where Oda is having this flashback start. It's supposed to be from the perspective of Loki that shows us what happened that day. But then Oda takes us way back into a time before Loki was even fucking born.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like, we're going to go from the 109 years ago all the way up to 14 years ago when, you know, that happened and shit. So
Oh wow.
Yeah, y'all are gonna get a lot of answers in between then. And I'm really just excited to see what happened. And this is the first time Oda is exploring this time frame of One Piece for us. So I'm just excited to see what all that was about anyway.
100 years
real
ago.
for real.
I'm ready for it.
Valid.
Even the idea of the fruit being eaten by the hammer, that's sick. I like that idea a lot.
Because now we can get why the weapons absorb the devil fruits. Like, you can get that type of answer. So,
but at the same time, now we're in the territory
the thing about
magic.
that is,
now we got magic now though. So what if
the thing
just
about that is, it doesn't really do anything to take away from the dragon with the storm fruit theory, because dragon having a storm fruit would still be a Logia, and weapons can only absorb zone fruits and shit. So this would have to be a mythical creature. But I'm going into the logic of how, if you follow Marvel, Thor's hammer, right? It's not enchanted. There's a cosmic storm trapped within it, in a sense. So in other words, like, Thor's hammer ate a cosmic storm devil fruit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, Oda might be going that route with Loki's hammer, where it consumed like this ancient mythical creature devil fruit that controls storms and shit like that. But yeah, I'm more of the mindset that Loki's hammer is what has the devil fruit. And as somebody who, you know, live and die by their weapon, I imagine he fall into the water with his hammer and won't let the shit go. So he also sinking, you know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where we ain't gonna really like know if he got both, if him and the hammer got a devil fruit, or it's just one or the other. But I think right now, for sure, I think the hammer for sure got a devil fruit. And Loki might just have another mythical zone type shit.
Valid.
Yeah, W ideas.
Yep.
Did you finish what you had to say, Redface?
Yeah.
All right, for sure. So I guess where I was going along the lines, again, I said 8.59. I feel like I know that there's more coming. I just wish I could have gotten, I don't know. Like, I feel like at the end of it, like at the to be continued part, I'm not on a cliffhanger there. Like,
at least
normally
I
am.
Break next week.
Well, yeah, there's no break. There's no break next week. So I don't know. I guess I wanted to see like more, to where I'm like, oh, like, man, this is like a good time to add this piece in. I don't know.
Peep this though, y'all. I got a question.
Yeah.
All right. I got a question, congregation. God Valley was 20 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sir.
Wasn't it 38?
God Valley?
Yeah.
No.
38 years ago? The point I'm getting at is God Valley happened at a time frame where King Harold would have still been alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You think we might see him there if we get that flashback? You think we might?
I
You
hope
think we
not.
might get the God Valley flashback through him?
We might get
we
a
could.
panel alluding that it's happening, like alluding to the fact that it's happening at some point, but I don't know.
I don't know, because his memory must be shot if he doesn't remember he was there with Loki and that he's innocent. So I don't know how well his memory is going to work right about now. Because that's really got me tripping that like Loki is
Who
going
you talking
down
about? Whose memory are you talking about?
Harul.
You got to think about something though, Reed. Remember, Loki. I mean, the king not actually dead right yet, as of yet. He could take all them stabs and keep pushing. The last thing Harold could have real. Geralt could have really saw was Loki actually finishing the king himself. Because if let's say the king was Dami Reversied, all that stuff those guards are doing, meaningless. He's about to wipe straight through them. Because remember, we find mad skeletons in the king's room, basically, in the throne room. So that means mad, like nobody's dead yet. We know mad people dying. So
right,
just wait for it. Just wait for it.
But his words should exonerate them. Like he knows, like, okay, I walked in the room with you and we saw this. Like,
no one's gonna just believe you if you said my king turned into a demon and started massacring people. No one's just believing that.
That's
the only
fair.
problem. Like it's
Well,
the
I
new
think
world, crazy things happen, but to say that, oh, so the devil pulled up and turned me into a demon minion, it's kind of crazy.
I'll say this: if we're not gonna, if Loki's gonna be locked up, fine. Even if he did do like the kill shot of the king, Harul is next to him. Even if you go and tell people and they don't believe you, like, why is he innocent? He was with him. Like, unless he just turned and lied and said, no, he just did everything. Like, I guess that's where I'm trying to.
Loki just has a bad reputation.
Can I explain to you why? Can I explain? I'll give you one of those. Yeah, this will be personal. This experience come from something personal, right?
Okay.
They're going to believe Ja Rule over Loki just simply because Loki is already a villain in their eyes.
Yeah.
And Ja Rule's the one that has a wound, an injury. Loki isn't showing an injury from that day. Ja Rule is, you know what I mean? So like, and I say that because I had got into a situation with somebody and I went to jail because I ain't got no marks on me, but he do. I went to jail because he lost the fight and he looked like it. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So it's like that type of shit happens. You know what I mean? And so, and especially in this case, especially in Loki's case, and again, he's already the villain in their eyes. You are more prone to believe bad people will continue to do bad things than to hear that they did one good thing and believe it. No one is going to believe he was in there trying to save his dad. No one will believe that shit. No one will believe he was in there trying to save his dad. Even if he did, they're not going to believe him. What they will believe is that he stabbed Ja Rule in the head and killed his father. They'll be more prone to believe that without any evidence than believe that he actually fought to save his dad while seeing it happen. It's kind of just how that works when people have been painted the villain in that light like that. And Loki also, I don't give a fuck what y'all think of me anyway.
So
Loki on some, I don't give a fuck what you weaklings think of me anyway. It's just gonna take it all. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a warrior.
Exactly
like
what I
that.
was talking about. Facts.
He's real for
So Harul, just make sure I'm understanding Harul's spot in this. So basically, he's just lying. He knows the truth. He's just lying. That's where we are with this.
No, he could actually not be remembering things correctly.
That's where I was getting with. That's exactly what I was saying.
Okay,
before.
cool. Where I was say, you gotta give him some type.
I was saying his memory.
Things right.
Wait,
that's
what?
why I was saying, like,
He could either not be remembering things right, or him and Loki made like this,
An agreement not to
pact
say
to
anything.
Harold and amongst themselves.
Okay.
Because I ain't gonna lie, a lot of this we not gonna know for sure until Loki and Jor-El are in front of each other again.
Yeah.
And if Loki didn't have any malice towards him, then they made that plan together. But if he does have malice, then he knows that, like, you know, and like, you dumb old geezer, like, you let that wound in your head make you tell the wrong story type shit, all that type shit. You know what I mean? But more than likely, bro, because for all you know, right, we see Jor-El getting stabbed in the head in that flashback. But for all we know, that's King Harold stabbing him in the fucking head.
Right. Yeah.
For all we fucking know. You know what I'm saying? That could be King Harold stabbing him in the fucking head. Then you got to go tell your people, oh, yeah, King Harold stabbed me in the head. They're not even going to believe that. But they will believe Loki stabbed you in the fucking head.
Yeah. Yeah. See, okay, so I was just trying to see where our heads were with that, because that's where I'm kind of like, I don't know. But okay. The only reason I brought that up, by the way.
Yeah, I think Loki is in the Dark Knight role. He's in the Dark Knight role. He took the fall because he can take it. He took the blame because he could take it.
Hey yo.
Yeah. Hey yo. But I got you.
There was nothing gay about that. Niggas just built like that.
Yeah, y'all just being weird. Yeah, facts. I second that.
I'm okay. Either way, let's keep going.
It was the wording.
All right, what's this Abyss stuff, Zah? Where are you going? Are you cooking, not cooking? What you talking about, bro?
I've been because Shanks has the mark of because like all them summers and all that, he has the mark. I think that's how Shanks gets from place to place. I think Shanks right now he's in the Abyss world. I think that's why people can't find him and locate him. I think he had the immortality. I think he had the regeneration process, and I think that's why Mihawk doesn't want to fight him anymore. He's like, why would I fight you when you can't regenerate? You're not at full strength. And I think that's where remember, Shanks fought Kaido, and then all of a sudden he's at Marineford. He's been in the Abyss world. He's in the Abyss world right now. That's how he gets from place to place. I've been reading up on it. I'm like, it makes fucking sense. And Luffy liberated him. Luffy liberated him. Because remember, he had the mark, got bitten off. Luffy was the first person Shanks liberated.
My thoughts personally on the tattoo is that I'm akinning it logic that I have with him going to Mary Joie and getting Griffin. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something that he gained just to, like, okay, I guess I am a for Garland, you know what I'm saying? And until I have decided to not rock with y'all, I guess I'm rocking with y'all for the most part, just in the sense of acknowledging your bloodline, you know what I mean? Unless this mark is something that they get at birth.
Wait, what mark are we talking about?
If this mark is something that they have birthed, then this is he had no
left arm.
Then he had the mark that's on his left arm in the back in the bathtub scene, bro. Like,
it's the same mark. Chapter, right? It's the same mark that you see Summers and killing him. They're wearing it, but as a sleeve, like a bandana type of thing.
Yeah. So like insignia. You lot think that's the actual Abyss mark?
And that's the other.
It's possible.
And that's the other. That's the other key thing about it. The other Holy Knights, they're wearing it as a apparel.
It's not tattooed.
As in, it's something that they can put on.
Summers has a tattoo, but it's a completely different design. Not completely different, but different.
Almost like a borderline brand. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm under the impression that it's like him and his brother both had at birth. And so along with that, when he went to Mary Joie, he ended up getting Griffin and all that extra shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my take on that. And I don't think that because he has that mark, he has that quote unquote immortality. I think that immortality comes from actual contract you have with Imu type shit. You know what I mean? I don't think that you having the mark and gives you that immortality that the Holy Knights are displaying right now.
So you think it
because
can
even in
help you
that same
travel through
light,
the abyss?
Holy Knights don't have the mark the same way Shanks has the mark.
Do you think
I
that it
think that's
helps
the
you
only
travel through the
purpose of that
abyss?
mark is for you to travel through the abyss, nothing more, nothing less.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I
fair.
think that's the only purpose of that mark for abyss travel. I think that's the only purpose of it.
What you got, Fully?
I just got asked. Are y'all or like? Because I don't know how y'all feel about it. It's just me. I've always, since we've gotten more into like Shanks is this level of hockey, this level of power, and everything like that, right? The whole losing your arm to like a low level like Sea King and whatnot never sat well with me. And like, how do y'all feel about Oda making reasons why he would lose the arm? How do y'all feel about that? Because like I feel like this is not, it's not retcon, but like this is him getting more detail why he lost his
I
arm.
don't think I don't
I
look
have a
at it
big problem with this whole
as
thing.
I don't look at that scenario now knowing what I know. Now knowing what I know, I still don't look at that scenario as like he chose to give that arm up because he wanted to get rid of the fucking symbol. Like I think that was just a random twist of fate. Like, oh shit, the arm I lost is the arm that had the symbol. Fuck. I guess this is what we doing now. You know what I'm saying? Like twist of fate. I stand on my decision. I'm not gonna go get another tattoo, even though I can. I can simply just go get the tattoo put on the other arm if I wanted to. Right, but you know what I'm saying? This is what fate had in store. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a bit of a retcon.
Me sacrificing myself to save this kid, and probably losing the arm that tied me to the other side. Like, huh?
if I hear it
Twist of
right.
fate. That's what I
I
looked
hear
at that as. I don't see it no
no,
more,
no.
no less.
I feel that. I feel that. But like my whole thing is right. It's hard for me to be like it's a twist of fate when I'm hearing like you a child prodigy, and then you push this on to someone else. I'm just saying, like we kind of got to talk about it. I'm never shake funny, but like we kind of got to talk about that.
I got
That whole
you. I
child of
understand
prophecy.
what you're saying. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you.
loving it already.
No. That's it. It's just that, like,
I'll
I
let
feel
you
like we kind of got to
wrap
break
that up.
that down a little bit, because, like, it's just like that child prophecy thing and whatnot. And I'm just like, I'm not a Shank fan or
So
whatnot, but just like,
I
it's
guess
like,
I'll elaborate on my understanding of it.
go for it, because I would love to elaborate on my point of view. Go ahead.
All right, for sure. I don't wanna cut off your rant. You know what I mean?
No.
But
Advocate, my brother.
as far as
Advocate.
I'm concerned, right? Oh man.
The Shanks son is coming.
All right. When it comes to that little statement that was made, you're a child of prophecy, or you're also a child of destiny, whatever the case is. Through every generation, right? For Luffy to even be set on this path that he's on, somebody would have had to pass that on to him. If he didn't have a Shanks to pass that on to, there is no fucking Luffy. You dig what I'm saying? So those type of scenarios where it's like, yeah, you're one of the guys who were meant to pass on that will, a child of destiny. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to say that he failed to do it in his time because he just couldn't. Like Roger was way too motherfucking early. Does that take away from the fact that he was a may have I ain't gonna say may have been. I would say he clearly was a child of destiny for setting this new era on this mission that it's on. Clearly. You know what I'm saying? But we're not following a story that protells the prophecy of his arrival. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, that's not how we're viewing this child of prophecy thing as like this is someone who carries that spirit of will of Nika or will of Joy Boy, will of Freedom, will of D is always going to be trickled in through the eras and the generations, one after the other. Now it's gonna take someone and one final point of a generation for the whole solution of it to finally come forth into fruition. But you can't miss one of those like steps. It's almost like that Avatar cycle and shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't gonna use that verbatim because none of them can
But I
live
know what
within
you
the same
mean.
lifetime.
Yeah.
But But ultimately, that's how I'm looking at it. Like Shanks is, in fact, a child of destiny because he was born on the side of Mary's
Fully, you. All right,
raised
hold on.
Hold
out
on. I was
with the heathens.
I
You
wasn't
know
about
what
to
I'm
add a whole
saying?
bunch.
And
I was just about to
then
say one thing.
develops the will of the free world, and then passes on that fucking journey to somebody who he sees the light in. So I don't see how that statement of child of prophecy with everything with it is invalid.
Like Fully, you know how you got Hashirama, and then you
In a
had
sense,
everybody
like,
that
you know,
followed
like he
down
was
that
not
line till we got to Naruto.
he was
That's what
not
he's saying.
he was not
Nagato,
the one.
Like it starts from
Naruto.
Joy Boy, Roger, then Shanks, then Luffy. That's what he's trying to say.
I'm for that, right? I'm hearing that, right? But like, it's just Shank's wording bothers me when it's just like, man, I just want to have a relaxed life, just hanging with Buggy and whatnot. And it's just like
yeah.
it feels like you kind of set your life up, you like
He
honest was put
did.
upon you. You know what I mean? Like it feels like
Yeah.
this is a lot of pressure put upon you because like
Mm-hmm.
by Roger, by and all that, and it's like it feels like a lot of pressure. You're a child from like this place. You're the king of the powers and all that. It feels like
Yeah.
he set things on to like change that destiny and whatnot. He didn't want that pressure. He put it on.
Yeah.
He passed it on to someone else and whatnot.
That's
And that's all
very
I'm saying.
true.
Like it's a conversation. I just
No,
feel like
that's
that.
not what it is.
Hold. Can I go? Can I go? Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead,
And
Ja.
no,
That's not what it
and
is though, Fully.
let me. I'm gonna say this, and I want you guys to hear me out. I
Here we go.
kind of feel bad for Shanks because, like, he does want to live the life. Because if you think about it, Shanks and Buggy are Luffy and Usopp from another timeline. Like that he want, like he said,
Could
I
agree.
want to live out that type of relaxed type of life right there. He wants to do that type of stuff. But remember, he is a child of prophecy. He does have to stand up. And it kind of sucks that, like, yo, he can't do what he wants to do. I still don't like the motherfucker. But at the end of the day, I am seeing like,
You
yo,
could
you
sympathize. You
want to
can
do that.
empathize with him.
I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
empathize with that.
yeah.
That's
But like
real.
Fully
That's real.
saying, don't Shank's kind of limiting himself. He's like, yo, I want to put in myself in this box. And that's what Fully's like, yo, you can't do that when you are that. Like even Gabon said that about you. But at the end of the day, I understand where Shanks is coming from. I understand
I,
the heart.
no,
That
I
listen.
mean to Fully's point, Shanks agrees with Fully. That's why Shanks is still doing what he needs to
Mm-hmm.
do.
Hear
You know
me
what I'm
out. Hear
saying?
me out.
He didn't run from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more on like what Zal saying with the
This is the ultimate problem with that, man. Like knowledge kills. I ain't gonna say knowledge kills joy, but like knowing shit will not
Kills you.
allow you to live that carefree life.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and that's
Like
all. That's what I'm saying. Like
knowing what's going on in Mary's Law, like you know what I'm saying. He has gone to Mary's Law, seen what's going on. Like he can't just live that carefree life when he knows the fucking truth.
Yeah.
For lack of a better phrase, you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
So he can't just kick back. You know
Yeah,
Yep.
what I'm saying?
I mean, not Za.
Like that
Fully. I
was
think
he
Fully
even
get that.
stated that to Roger, like, yeah, we gonna go to Laugh Tale, we're gonna go to Laugh Tale by ourselves, me and Buggy with our own crew. That was his
yeah,
goal before they
Mm-hmm.
came back, and Roger told him what he told him, and now it's like, damn, we can't really just do that like that. It's different shit in motion that we kind of gotta get prepared for. And I guess he realized that simply because of who he is
Yep.
at the time period, he's the only one in a position to actually like to be a vanguard for the people at the moment. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Given again who he is. So
Yeah.
I think it's just one of those odd scenarios where it's like it's not like he didn't push it on to Luffy, because if he did, for all intent and purposes, he could have like, okay, I done passed the wheel on down to Luffy. I'm finna, all right, Buggy, what bullshit you got going on, man? We could get back and pop it and do what the fuck we want. But that's not the case. He's still been on go. He's still been making sure that the next era can like bloom without, getting their weeds stomped too early. Shout out him, punking Green Bull, get the fuck out of Wano. Shit like that. He's still like serving his purpose. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and I believe even him doing that is fulfilling prophecy. So it's not like he's not no longer
Fully
still.
say.
It's
it,
Fully say what you
there's
about to finish
children
your point.
of
Yeah. Fully go.
prophecy,
Right.
and then there is the child.
if
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally get it. Like my whole thing is
Yeah, my
more
bad.
like,
Let me mute up, man. My fault.
no, you good, fam. Like it's just that like I am more empathetic. I'm really am coming from a more empathetic point of view of like I feel sad for Shanks type shit because it's just
Thank
like
you.
like Buggy. As soon as like Roger was like, "Oh yeah, dude, we finna run it up, right? Like you're about to be next king," and it's just like that's not what he wanted, and it's just sad that like he's made the peace bringer. He's made this. He's made that. He's made this.
Mhm.
And it's just like the one thing that we heard that he wanted was just like, I just want to be with my best friend and just sow the seeds, dude. And it just like sucks. That just sucks that he has to like orchestrate Luffy getting the fruit and everything like that. He has to orchestrate this, orchestrate that, orchestrate that. I just feel bad for homie. I hate to say it like that. I really do.
I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for him. Go ahead, Ozai, but I don't feel bad for
Yo,
him.
you know
I'll
who
say
I
my point
kind of
after.
compare Shanks to now? I don't know if everyone watches Star Wars. He's kind of like Anakin. It's like, yo, you have to
Yeah.
kind of do this. Like, yo, it's like you have to kind of do this. You cannot be. Oh
I
God,
can
I
see the
don't want to fuck
parallel.
people.
Yeah.
I'm defending Shanks. I'm pass out. But
I had to
anyway,
unmute myself because you defending Shanks. Kudos. Yes.
but the thing is, with me,
Yes.
I'm always about facts. I'm always about facts. The thing I'm seeing is that the problem with Shanks is like, yo, he does want to chill. He does want to, but it's like, nah, you can't do that. You have to
Fuck all
step
that.
up to this pedestal. And that's why,
Yes.
and as much as he want to do it, that's why Buggy called him out because he's like, yo, you trying to chill, you need to be this. And it's like Trip said, he got the knowledge, bro. Roger talk to you. You gonna sit there and be a regular pirate? You can't do that. But see, that's the frustration with me with Shanks. Is like, but now that I know this, now I feel bad for him. Now I'm like, damn, bro, you didn't just
No,
want to
don't
be a
start
regular.
that. Don't start that pity shit now. This is when you were supposed to
Not
apply
pity,
some pressure.
not pity, not pity. It's still fuck you, but it's just like, yo, damn, bro, you just kind of wanted to cool out and do your own thing, but you can't. You have to be a different person. You have to be presentable. You have to step up to the plate.
Now you should
But
probably just start entering the situations with an open mind, man. That's all. You should just kept your mind a bit more open before you made your concrete decision. Because now you left here feeling bad for the guy. Instead of, you know what I'm saying, you'd have been way
I'm
more
still
like,
kicking my
oh,
feet.
damn, now that makes sense. And then you'd have been able to better critique it for real, for real. You
Man,
know,
I still
but
kicking my feet
anyway,
in my way though. Like so,
fucking
like it don't matter.
yeah,
Matter.
man.
Like if he,
As far as Shanks and that whole child of destiny thing, like, I understand the difference between there being children of destiny and there being the child of destiny, or the destined one. You
I
know
don't
what I'm
feel bad
saying?
for it.
Like, for all my Game of Thrones people, right?
Jon Snow.
For all my Game of Thrones people,
Jon Snow
it
could
didn't
say
have to be. It didn't have to be Jon Snow or
I knew he
Daenerys.
was gonna go there.
This shit could have popped off before them. All we're saying is, at the end of the day, it was going to be some type of Targaryen bloodline descent that was going to get this, that was going to unite the realm. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that child of destiny, I believe, thing means. And also, when it comes down to key phrases like that, bro, I don't think we should get too caught up on a language that get translated two different times before it get to us. You know what I'm saying? So
I'd like to say my little piece about this whole Shanks child
because
of destiny
TCB and
shit.
Viz both say different things.
Go for it, nigga.
So what I'm saying here, right? The reason why I don't feel not even a drop of empathy for Shanks is because we see this in every other story. This is something you're born into something. This is bigger than you, right? And this is the whole child of destiny thing. I think it's way more dramatic than we know because I think it matters that Shanks is who he is, like that he's a Garland. He can make decisions. Like it has to be him. Like it's okay that we get one brother who's on the side of him, and then we get another brother. Like we need the other brother that's not on the same side as them, even if he appears to be so at first. Like even the way he was born, it sounded like some Destiny shit. Like what, bro? Like you guys are twins. Your name is Shamrock, and then you have makes sense. Like I even look into the whole just the lore of it, like how he has Cerberus. Like I said, the brother of Cerberus was Griffin.
Yeah.
Their father was Typhon. even beyond that, he was found in the chest. Look what he was wearing. He was wearing a outfit that had the sun, the moon, and the stars on it. His dad, it to me is a symbolism for Fenrir, and moving Fenrir's two kids. You know what I mean? The two wolves. That one was this. One chased the sun and one chased the moon. Shanks is supposed to chase the sun. Like that's how it's supposed to go. Like he's supposed all this other this is your destiny, bro. Like this is how it has to be. Just like how there's a D member who's supposed to be a op, there's supposed to be a Garland member who's supposed to be on this side. Like I do believe it's like that. That's how fate works. That's why every time we in an arc, we get somebody being an op. There's probably somebody else on the other side who might be lingering or trying to find his way to the other side. That's how that goes. That's fate, destiny. And him saying child of destiny just confirms everything about this story that I've been saying since I heard Van Auger say it. Oh, this is fate. This is works of fate. So that means all this fate, destiny, all it is tied into one. So I remember the whole argument between Naruto and One Piece where they used to argue, oh, well, One Piece it's not a story of destiny or fate. I used to tell people all the time, it's going to be the same thing in the end. The story's too deep for it to not be anything with destiny. So now we're finally on that same pedestal of where fate, destiny, the path you should walk, all that stuff is ethical. So I don't feel bad for Shanks. He's supposed to do this right now. We need that symbolism.
Backs?
My goal.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there needs to be any pity for Shanks. I think what we actually need to acknowledge is how most of these top tier pirates, you know what I'm saying, such as that we've seen so far, a few examples like Whitebeard, Big Mom, even Luffy, right? And then now Shanks. Bro, their main goal and ambition was hella fucking chill and relax. Like they trying to kick back something majorly. It's the ambition and the will to make that happen that makes them be like, I gotta become the king of the pirates. I gotta get this greater grandiose feat. You know what I'm saying? That has them like reach these higher levels of whatever the hell. But it's just something I had noticed that like, damn, Shanks really just wanted to be a swashbuckling, kick back, chilling pirate with Buggy, and look at you out here now running off admirals. It's crazy.
Fair enough. What'd you say, Red Face?
I said Shanks became OP out of necessity.
Got it. Nika?
No, I was just about to say the time in Elbaf. As far as the Louis Arnott stuff that he was talking about with the Ragnar. Time zone for Elbaf is 3 to 1. I think it's 3 to 1. It's not 2.5. ChatGPT says 2.5. But I say 3. I say 3. I think it's 3 to 1.
3 years is 1 year. So 1 year would be human time, and then 3 years in Elbaf.
You know what's crazy? I confuse myself with which way I'm trying to say it all the time. So y'all would have to help me on that. But it's 3 to 1 regardless, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is it 3 to 1 for whose side of perception? I'm not sure, but I'm going 3 to 1. Even if you look at Harold's age, if you multiply it by like how they revealed it, if you multiply his age by 3, that's what you get. The age that his giant age would be compared to. Divide his giant age by his human age, you get 3. They party for 3 days and 3 nights, and that feels like 1 day to them. Gabon is sitting there thinking about him and Shanks are talking a decade. Compared to decade, if you do 3 to 1, you get 9 to that. You get 9 to the 3 he's talking about. If you add on a 4 or a half, then you get 3 to 4 years to the 10 to the decade. So I think everything's working off of 3 to 1 right now, which makes sense because we know how significant the number 3 is in this story. So I don't know what this means implying going forward, but I keep calling Loki a Blackbeard victim, and I'm sticking to it until I get disproven on that. That one I'm gonna stick to.
Yeah, I got you. I got that written down as one of your bets.
Yeah, that's definitely one of them. Oh, and confirmation. So Harold. Okay, I'm gonna stay away from the Harold point. Loki confirmed that Harold was not only influenced by Mother Caramel to just to partake of ways of the world government, he was fully allied with the world government. Confirmed. So Loki's reason for doing whatever he did was for the sake of Elbaf, guaranteed. Guaranteed. Even if it was for the sake of protecting his father's honor, If there's one thing his father told him and his brother is that I want y'all to make moves for the betterment, the sake of Elbaf. So I guarantee you, Loki's the GOAT, which we all pretty much know already. I just had to make sure.
I said it. I did call that. I was like, yo, they lying on my man Loki.
You know what? He had to prove himself to me though, because at first I definitely thought like he was a bad guy. Definitely thought he was a bad guy at first, but
as more of a bad guy than Loki is.
And I want to say this one more thing, this last thing, right? Just hear me out on this. If Loki joins the crew, he has to be the crew member that dies. And this is why I say this. Well, I'm not saying he has to be the crew member that dies, but maybe I'm mistaken. This could be a fan-made thing, and maybe it's not a real thing. But if I'm not mistaken, there's some lore about something about a crew member dying with this fandom in One Piece. Right?
Yeah.
To me, the only right answer for this decision would be Loki.
If I'm not mistaken, Mika,
Go ahead,
Mika, if I'm not mistaken, that theory came out during Enies Lobby.
Yeah, that's fine.
Go ahead.
That's fine. I just wanted to be known. This is the one character who's given all the flags of joining the crew, like Reed said, because he's right. We asked him to join the crew. He said no, but Zoro said no. Sanji said no. Nami never gave us an official answer. Usopp had to wait. Then we acted like he was been supposed to be on the ship. So him saying no off rip is not like Loki saying no off rip to us is actually bigger signs of it happening than it not happening. Now, I still think it means something that Loki is talking as if he's prepared for death like a warrior. Then he's talking, and then we're hearing, oh, he's going to be injured for months. Two things I've never seen with this arc. Three things I've never seen with an arc in One Piece that we've gotten here. A demon with wings, one. Shout out to Gunko and E. Inko. Shout out to Inko. Two, a flashback within a flashback. Never seen that shit damn wonderful stuff. And then three, the note that someone is injured for not weeks, not days, but months. This dude is supposed to be injured for we don't know how One Piece time works. Do you know where we could be in 3 months? We could be in the middle of the Great War in 3 months. We don't know how that works. You get what I'm saying? So for him to say that, oh, Loki's gonna be injured for months. If Loki doesn't get the mink drug, like a super dosage of the mink drug, or some type of like, yo, here's the mink drug plus the Elbaf good food that heals you. If I'm not seeing something done like that, then I'm telling you, these are death flags. He's talking like he's ready for death. He's literally given the injuries for someone who's going to die. Then to add, he has the same plot points as a character we know is bigger than him on plot, Blackbeard. So I just don't get how, for him to exist, I'd have to see Oda pin it all together. Because for how I think plot goes, one of these elements must be eliminated for this story to continue to go, progress.
I agree. He'd be too OP on the crew. He'd have to die.
So my pushback.
And we don't lose any other the crew members. We lose a crew member we just gained, which doesn't really do anything to us. You get what I'm saying? Because we didn't kill Jinbei, Usopp, Brook. We keep everybody that we've been here with, and then we get rid of a new element that just kind of got added to the story, which is like, okay, bet he kind of warmed us up to this whole time. So even though we getting him on the crew and he's dying, can't be mad at it because Oda already put all the plot pieces in place for it to make sense. That's all.
Yes,
Now
sir.
I'm done.
I'm good to go, yo.
Yeah. Shoot for the stars, aim for the moon.
You ain't got nothing to say. You. I don't want to cut you off. Read yourself. Like you was going to say something.
Nah, bro, you good. I'll go after you're done.
Man, this man over there eating, bro. You ain't this nigga eating, dog.
Hey, man, don't worry about me, man.
Yo, that's crazy. Y'all picking favorites. I've been eating for 30 minutes. Nobody ain't say nothing. That's crazy.
Hey, man, I'm just trying to be discreet.
I mean,
so Reed, that's not cool. That's not cool. So Reed eats and gets clout for it. So Reed eats and gets clout for it, and I eat and we don't even acknowledge it. It's crazy.
You not listening.
Order a bucket of chicken next time.
You're not listening to me. See, you're not listening to me. You're not listening to me, my man.
Mika, I eat almost every single stream.
I know.
Side to the camera. This
Yeah, he
man
went
Lee
like
is
this.
all off to the side of the camera, acting like he not doing nothing. You
I'm about to say,
feel
I'm just
me?
playing
And
around.
then, yeah, anyway, what was that point? What the fuck I was trying to
Hey
say?
man, I didn't want y'all
Anyway,
to see me eat these wings, bro.
now,
Listen,
so, listen, man, y'all gonna make me to order. There's a place out here do 24 hours with the wings.
You
Anyway,
don't tell no black man about no wings.
God damn it. The thing about Loki's speech, right? When you say he's talking like he's ready for death and all that, in all honesty, he can not die and that speech pattern never change. Because it's a I ain't gonna say a character type or an aesthetic type, but like that is how you would have a warrior that emulates that kind of vibe talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Completely understandable. Still think
or going into the wounded thing, right? I don't know. I would have to go back and look at this, but I believe they said the same thing about Zoro's wounds after Mihawk did what he did to him.
Different. The only reason why I say different, Trip, is because we get to see Zoro go through. We get to see Zoro go through the next arc, and people talk about that wound still. And then he gets healed after that arc. They do real surgery. They try to really stitch him up for real. He gets actual medical treatment. They actually go on and we see him heal from that wound to people talking about that wound even going forward. We have not been given any type of scar or marking from Loki. We just told that he's injured this badly. That's it. It's different for Zoro because we actually saw how we actually get to see Arlong emphasize.
That's unfair.
No.
That is unfair.
They show that is wrong. That is not.
That is mad unfair. We are still in the arc.
Not.
Got that
No, it's
one,
not.
bro.
No, it's not. No, it's
We're
not.
still in the same arc. We got that one.
I'll let you go ahead. I ain't gonna battle.
We're still in the same arc. We got that one. My God. Right, bro. We still in the same arc. He got that wound, man. What did you say?
I'll explain it when you're done because you keep repeating the same thing. If you're not gonna hit me with a point for real, let me say my point because I got one. You feel me?
Oh boy.
That was the point.
No, I'm being serious.
Nigga, don't do me
but
like
that's not a real point.
Like
no, it's the truth though.
That was the fucking point.
Let me ask you a question. Hold the floor. Okay, then hold on. Hold the floor. Hold the floor. Hold the floor, right?
We go through following arcs on it. They left this arc for them to speak on it.
Dude, what significant wound or scar have we seen from Loki for us to emphasize on? Because even with Rob Lucci, when he gets cut, you see it. You broadly see it. No mistakes, none of that. You see it. When Bunko damages Loki, we don't see no wound. It's just blood dripping from him. With Loki, with Lucci, and even someone like a Zoro, they get the cut. They get the scar. They're scarred. Like even with Kaido, you see the scar and we talk about it. Like Kaido got the scar and he said, hey, listen, this scar, bro, blah, 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 blah. We get to see that. You get what I'm saying? We're not getting any of that with Loki. Loki, we just told that he's damaged. He's hurt. We don't know how. We just know he's hurt and he's bleeding. That's it. With Zoro, with all these guys I just mentioned, you saw the scarring. You saw it. We're not getting that type of injury with a Loki. We're just hurt. We're just hearing that he's hurt. They haven't explained it. They haven't shown anything yet. If they show us something like 5-6 chapters from now, he goes, well, this scar from whatever, then but otherwise it's not a valid point for that. They're portrayed two completely different ways. Literally. I rest my case though.
Yeah, I don't follow. I don't follow. I don't follow at all.
I know you're coping, and it's okay.
I'm just going off of the main things you said. We go through following arcs. I'm not coping. We go through the next couple arcs with people talking about these characters' wounds. We ain't left this arc for niggas to talk about his wounds. You're talking about how
they're gonna talk about him.
After
but we know they're
the
gonna talk
damage
about
has
him.
been
He's gonna be damaged. He's gonna be injured for
God.
months.
Nico.
He's gonna be injured for months, bro. We know they're gonna talk about him being hurt, but they haven't specified on a wound. That's
the point is, he just got those bandages put on him. Nika, he just got those bandages put on him. They haven't been taken off yet. We're not finna see no ramifications.
What does that mean?
Yet.
But you
He
saw
just
it with
got the bandages
Lucci.
put on.
You saw the scar with
A
Lucci.
full
You
day
saw it
ain't
with
even
Zoro.
a full day ain't even passed since he got the
Am
ring.
I wrong?
A
Is
full day
anybody
ain't
here
even
not
passed
seeing
since
what
he
I'm
got
putting
the
Nah,
ring,
down?
my guy.
I see what you're saying.
A full day ain't even
Okay.
passed since he got the ring.
Okay. Even with Kaido,
A full day ain't
Lucci,
passed since he got the
Zoro,
ring,
like
my
there's
guy.
examples of what I'm talking about. I'm not just pulling this out my ass. But okay.
What do you know? What Yeah. How long has passed since he's actually been hurt
We don't
and like
know.
this? We don't
It's
know.
in the span of that 3 days, that 3
Not a
to
day
1.
in Elbath. Not a whole day of it. Not a whole day in Elbath, that's for sure. He ain't had them bandages on for over 30 minutes. I
Yeah,
can tell you
nah,
that.
it ain't been crazy, but that's what I'm trying to. How much fast is being on Elbath gonna physically affect him as well? Is what I'm asking. Like, do you think that?
Like New
In
York
what
trip.
sense? What do you mean?
So
Yeah.
the time it's gonna take for him to heal, all of that stuff. Do you think him just being on Elbath that's gonna have an effect as if he's
I
on
think
another
the
planet?
time for him to heal is just. I think the time for him to heal is just going to be relative to how long it takes Giants to heal. I don't think it matters to where
Yeah.
he's at. Simply because I think Giants have somehow, no matter where they're at, they're going to grow at the rates Giants naturally grow at. You know what I mean? That 3 to 1 vibe type shit.
Yeah.
But as far as how long it's going to take him to heal, it just depends on the severity of the injuries. Because you also have to
I think it depends
understand
on
this
the
is a
healing of it.
malnourished Loki that got wounded the way he got wounded. You know what I mean? So it's more than just healing from wounds. It's stamina. I mean, bro done ate, you know what I'm saying? So he should be good on energy right now. But as far as like those wounds that he suffered and Gerd saying how long it's gonna take for him to recover, I'm not gonna discredit her words, you know what I'm saying? She should understand how long it's gonna take him to do that.
The
But
healing method could improve his quality,
well,
his rate of
again,
healing.
we've seen characters go through arcs. I ain't gonna say go through arcs, but like, you know, going to the next situation, still badly injured and just still going into the next situation. You know what I'm
Especially
saying?
Zoro.
So I don't see why it should be any different for a character who I don't see why it should be any different for a character who thrives and literally has based his entire persona on battle till death. You know what I mean? So
No, that's the basis I'm using to say exactly what I'm saying. That's the only difference here. That is, yo, listen, Blackbeard victim, I'm telling you.
Oh, you think
Alright.
Blackbeard's gonna
Let's
do it low?
go, bro. Let's go, bro. Yo, teach me the fruit, gang.
that nigga
I'm out
Blackbeard
on
gonna
this
get
one.
stepped on and it's
Eat
really gonna
healthy,
hurt.
bro.
I'm out on
Blackbeard
this
gonna get
one.
stepped on and it's really gonna
Hey, man.
Blackbeard gonna get stepped on and it's really gonna hurt.
If it ain't Luffy
So,
stepping on him, I don't think he getting stepped on. I ain't gonna lie
Blackbeard
to
taking
you.
out at least 2 more
it's low. It's
people
not even
before
low.
he gets
Cause look,
taken out.
Teach
He's
coming up on
stepping
some feet
on
before
2 other people.
he's
2
stepping on
other
next before he
people.
kicked the bucket. That's a
Thank you.
fact.
That's what I'm
Man,
trying to
teacher.
like.
Hey,
That's
watch
a
this, man.
fact.
Hey, man. Keep it a
Because
stack with yourself, bro.
Blackbeard
That nigga
fights the
teach a
way
Ragnar
a
victim. Teach is
regular.
a Ragnar victim, my guy.
Yeah, I see what
Teach
you're
is a
trying to
Ragnar victim. I'm telling you.
Really?
Teach is a
Really?
Yeah,
Ragnar victim, my
exactly. No,
nigga.
you see what he tried to do. You see
Really?
what he tried to
Come
do,
on,
bro.
bro.
It's
Come on,
okay.
Bro, a
bro.
Ragnar victim, man.
Ragnar.
I
A
fuck with you,
Ragnar
heavy.
victim, I'm telling you, man.
Loki,
Oh
put
my
the
god.
hammer down.
That's crazy, though.
Listen.
Say
Bro, gonna put
I
that
can
shit
see you
down,
doing
too,
that
man.
shit, bro.
I hate
I
it when
love.
you do this
You
laugh. It's
gonna
ugly.
listen.
That
Look,
is an ugly
look.
ass laugh.
Don't
I
ask for
love
too
Big
much,
Blackbeard's
Trip.
laugh.
I ain't gonna hold you. That nigga Blackbeard might come up on a hammer. No cap.
That's crazy, bro.
My
Give it to
my
Burgess. He
my
gonna start
bad,
lifting the
gentlemen.
hammer for real.
Before you guys continue, I do have to get off just because some of us have to work at 4:00 in the morning, and I can't stay up any
Not
longer.
me.
Okay.
School year's
So
over. School year's over.
You gotta put
shut
them
up,
kids
Zon.
to
You know
bed.
you're a teacher,
You gotta
Yeah,
okay?
put them kids
mine's
to
not. My
bed,
school year not
man.
over. Strawberry, you good?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I still
my
have to
school year
teach
not
my
over.
4-year-old, so yes, but no. Great talk. I will see you guys next week. I'll be more caught up, and hopefully I don't have any more phone calls that interrupt me reading. But I did finish the rest of the chapter though, and I was highly confused. So you know,
All right, we'll see.
I'm gonna get off.
Yeah.
Good night.
Until next time.
Good night.
Good
Bye.
Good
night, buddy.
night.
Why ain't you supposed to be asleep, my guy?
There's this
Not my
comment
business.
from CJT says wild off topic foreshadowing thought. Does anyone think there was anything behind Oda showing Luffy as Roger, Ace as Whitebeard, and Sabo as Odin? This scene was back when Ace was talking to Yamato about Luffy's dream. Are they saying Yamato or Sabo's in path will be the same? Will be similar? God.
Yeah, they all three of them have the similar
Not
to
well.
those guys. They similar parallels to those guys. Ace wanted to be loved. Whitebeard
Yeah.
wanted a family. Sabo wanted to see the world and write a book. Same thing as Odin. Luffy wanted to be king of the pirates. Roger, king of pirates. So that's the most I could tell you from that parallel. You could theorize whatever
Yeah,
else from it after that.
the parallel was already there. That's why he did that.
Yeah.
The parallel was already there. That's why I did that. There wasn't no foreshadowing to it. It was already in play.
You could say, because I heard the three.
Damn,
If
what
you
the
look at
fuck
the
I just
three
came to my
things from
mind?
the worlds, the first world, the second world, and third world, they line up with Ace, Luffy, and Sabo. For something about it's a post that Pew Piece had posted. I'm going to send it to you, Ree, when I'm gonna send it to the Mary Joie chat when I get off.
Yeah.
But it's the third world, first world, second world, third world. The first world parallels, I think, Ace. The second world parallels Sabo, and the third world, I think, parallels Luffy. It's weird as hell, but it made sense when I saw it posted.
Let's see that.
Okay, I could dig it.
Yeah. Shout out
Something
to
about the second world, about how Sabo lost his memories and how something from the second world was forever lost. I think I know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
but
something with that.
Flames, I had something I wanted to mention, man. I wanted to speak on something before she cut out and made me lose train of thought. Fucking hell, it was good too.
Yeah, hot in here, bro. We was sparring with that 1v1 just now.
Yeah, man. That's a
Oh no, I really wanted to. Hey, Nika, I'm caught up to Kagurabachi, so we can talk about that later.
Oh, I need to get into that one,
Yeah, you do. It's really good.
Kagurabachi.
I'm only on chapter 5. I've been reading.
I'm caught up. Nika, so we could talk about that when we hop on Discord after this.
Okay. Not gonna hold you. I don't remember what I was gonna say. I've been trying to get that point out for a minute. It's okay. No. It's cool. I don't even know which one of you guys I agree with, because I'm so on the fence. But hey, Liability says insane Kagurabachi chapter last week. So there you go. There you go.
My nigga, I ain't gonna lie.
If you're a swordsman and you're not reading Kagurabachi, you don't like swords. Promise you, you don't like swords.
Boy, nigga.
I ain't gonna lie to you. It ain't been this hot for the community since Bleach was in its prime. That's how I feel about Kagurabachi, bro. No cap.
Yeah,
this ain't hitting. Nothing's been hitting like Bleach. As far as swordsman stuff goes, I've seen nothing hit like Bleach in its prime in comparison.
Not even Demon Slayer.
Nah, Demon Slayer went on this level. It was going there, but then the author said all the effects wasn't really happening, and I said, okay, well, to hell with all your story.
Even if the effects were really happening in Demon Slayer, I don't think it's as good as Kagurabachi. Kagurabachi brings some level of like realness, gritness, darkness, not in a fantasy way. You know what I'm saying? It's some real life, like, bro, the shit with the father and daughter that's transpiring right now, bro. I'm like, hey, yo.
See, look, Demon Slayer had that too. It's just more. It's just like Edo times and stuff like that. So it's not in the same fashion as Kagurabachi's like in the city. Like I get what he's going through. Like this is happening with real buildings. Like if Demon Slayer, when they finished the Demon Slayer chapter, the Demon Slayer story, and it was like the new chapter with the nowadays stuff. If they would have did that, if they would have did Demon Slayer in the nowadays community, like imagine Demon Slayer story, but in New York City. that shit would be so different. It would hit crazy hard.
Crazy.
Problem is, the
For
story
me-
didn't continue after
for
that.
me,
So Kagurabachi
the
picks up
reason why-
perfectly for that. My bad.
This is
I
the
don't-
reason why I say it's better than Demon Slayer is because in Demon Slayer,
It is.
it's humans fighting demons.
Yeah.
It's not humans fighting demons in this motherfucker. It's motherfuckers fighting motherfuckers, man. This shit go crazy though.
Like Bleach. Motherfuckers fighting motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's a fact. That's a fact.
I haven't watched any of these shows, so I have no input on this.
You're missing
I
out.
have no idea.
You don't watch Bleach?
No idea.
I mean, you never watched Bleach.
Yeah.
I did watch
Kagurabachi's
Bleach,
not a
but
show, man. That's
Bleach got ugh.
That's fair.
No, it's
Kagurabachi is
not.
not a
Until
show
he
yet, man.
explains
Catch
that.
up, catch up,
Yeah,
catch up.
yeah, I want to know that because, like, yeah.
Yeah, what does that mean? I see. It's exactly fully here with me. See, look, red face.
I'm sorry.
Where's your bleach? Real bleach
What do you
fan
mean?
energy at, man? Yeah, what do you mean by what?
You know what
bleach
I
was,
mean?
like,
I
what do you
don't
mean?
It got
wanna
so
hear it.
polluted towards the end, man. Like I was just like, yo,
That's because Kubo got blackballed. That's literally a thing.
Yeah, that was an
I was 12
author.
when I was reading it. I didn't care about that. All I
Fair.
knew was like, yo, this shit was getting weird, bro. Like I stopped trying to watch that shit. Read and I see you eat your chicken wings. I fuck with that, bro. Like,
Hey man, I'm gonna let y'all cook. I'm waiting till y'all are done so I can bring that
nah, you know, like, but that's what it was. Bleach to me, and then Ichigo was like, out of the big three, was the worst main character because he just had no personality for me. Like,
No. F you on that one. He
was.
did have personality. Naruto had the worst personality of the big
no,
three.
Naruto's just the worst one, but I say he had the worst personality.
Naruto had the worst personality of the big three. I will hold that.
I'm with my boy on this. I'm with Fully.
Ichigo literally like made friends with Chad, all these other people.
There is a problem though, Fully.
You remember Chad?
The problem with Ichigo's characters is that he's only painted to be a savior. He's not really painted in that light of like the same type of trials and tribulations Luffy or
Naruto
would have. They give it to Ichigo. He just gets through it a little too quickly, I guess. So
yeah,
he's not given the same weight as a main character as the other two protagonists. So I give you that. But I got, as far as story goes, I definitely got Naruto over Bleach. But as far as like just
I agree.
like who I like more as a character, I like
agree with
Ichigo way more than I like Naruto.
I agree with you, but I can understand Naruto. Naruto, before the time skip, I can give him over Ichigo. Naruto after time skip, I'm with you on that one. I'm totally with you on that one. Totally with you on that one. I'm totally with you on that one. I don't even like Shippuden. You know I don't like Shippuden. Everybody knows I don't like Shippuden.
You don't like Shippuden?
No, it's gross.
Like I miss when Naruto was technical. I miss when it was like,
bro, they should have ended Naruto Shippuden after Pain arc. After the Pain arc, because that war arc, nonsense.
You're right.
No Hokage, no.
That should have been in a Naruto story. Like after Pain, because that's the circle of his story. He got knowledge by the good. That's what he wanted. Thank you.
But they were, you know what? They were cooking the war up from.
No, that war was bullshit.
That war was terrible, bro. That war was terrible. That war was terrible, bro.
I get upset about it because that was a motherfucker. Look, that was that motherfucker jumping the shark. Oh, let's do a army arc. Let's bring back characters.
Nah, it's really like that. It's really like that. I don't care what I don't care what nobody says.
No, Fully's not wrong though, bro.
Neji didn't need to die.
Why did Neji die? Why? What purpose did that serve for the plot?
Nothing.
No, that wasn't no plot. We could have killed somebody else. A random ninja in the Alliance could have died, and Naruto would have felt the same fucking way.
Yeah. Exactly. We had to kill Neji.
That's the problem with making.
But that was the problem with Shippuden. That started killing people so much that at the end of the day, none of the deaths meant anything. When Neji died, you literally went on and Naruto did their own bullshit, bro.
And in Shippuden, the only thing that made it meaningful was the whole thing of Naruto almost giving up on being a good guy, basically. That was the only thing that came from it. And then Hinata comes in and snaps him out of it or whatever.
That was lame.
Yeah,
But
that, like, that was
anyway,
the only thing that came from it.
that was lame.
That was
Yo,
it.
the only thing I'll give the Shippuden War Act was seeing Madara destroy the 5 Kages.
Yeah, that was
Outside of
amazing.
that, there's nothing I wanted to see from that fucking arc, bro. Because if you weren't Jinchuriki, if you were not Naruto, if you were not Sasuke, you meant nothing in that war.
Look,
Absolutely fucking nothing.
Guys, Reese dying to get back to One Piece.
Oh, my bad, Reed.
Oh my bad, Reed. Look at him. Just look at him. My bad.
No, I'm ready, man.
Nah, nigga, you did that on purpose. Nigga did that on purpose, bro. Yeah, nigga did
I had
that
just
shit on
Hey,
purpose.
man.
He was killing that.
Hey,
He was like, oh shit.
Whenever y'all ready, bro, y'all
Reed
just
was
let me
eating
know.
his food and having a good time. And
I got
nigga had to
I got one piece of read what's the topic because I got one I want to throw out there if you got.
Okay, you can go first. I have 3, but you can go first.
Now go ahead, Reed. We been talking.
Yeah. I can save mine legitimately. You got 3.
Okay. All right. All right. Cool. Either way, well, let me come back to. I have a question that's like not relevant to this chapter, but I do want to make sure we actually finish talking about it. So we finished talking about what Zal was talking about. That's very interesting to me. This whole Abyss thing. Like, I feel like we didn't comment on this. Like, he just brought up, and no one really gave their perspective on that.
I know exactly what you're about to say. Go ahead. I was gonna talk about it too. I forgot.
Well, he already brought up the topic as far as like Shanks kind of hangs out in the Abyss type thing. Like, I'm curious to know like what y'all actually think about that.
I got a question. This was what I was talking about. I got a question. So, do we look at the Abyss as, because look at Killingham, right? Saint Killingham. He was summoned, but he was on his way to where he was supposed to leave from. Yeah. But when he got to Elbaf, he got summoned without him knowing he was summoned to Elbaf. When Gunko pulled up and did the Abyss and summoned Killingham, he got wherever he was on his way going, he just warped from and went there. And then when he got there, because you pull up the chapter when Killingham arrives, he was like, wait, I was just on my way to, like, he was literally on his way. And then he's like, no matter where he was at. So basically what I'm saying is, if I'm sitting here and I'm on stream with Ree right now, and it's 11:25 my time, and I had a meeting with Emu at 11:25 and I didn't get there, if Emu says, man, fuck your stream, and says boom, and warps me and uses the Abyss, I get summoned from wherever I'm at to where Emu's at. That is my problem with this whole thing with Shanks. Because if that's the case, when Shanks stole the Devil Fruit, which Who's Who definitely reported, and you had time, because then you spent like a year in the East Blue with both your hands in a Devil Fruit you weren't supposed to have. So why didn't Emu at any point in time warp this nigga to the throne room and ask him, what are you doing? Like, why are you out here? Why are you stealing Devil Fruits that we need from our ships and running them up Europe to Garland? Why are you doing that? Why? Like, because he had a year to warp Shanks there and never did. If that is the Abyss mark, that is my one thing that I call a plot hole. If that is the Abyss mark, unless Who's Who didn't report what happened to the Devil.
He probably didn't report it. That's what I'm thinking. He probably didn't.
But if I'm Who's Who and I'm about to get fired, I'm going to tell y'all, hey, remember Roger, the King of the Pirates? His apprentice is who robbed me. Can you blame me? I would have definitely used that to save my own ass when I'm reporting to my higher ups. So I don't see how we left that out. So that's what I'm saying. This is like a plot hole unless there's more to this that I'm not getting. Like there's more stuff I'm gonna get to, but I'm gonna wait till we get past this point first. My bad.
I don't think or Red Face, I guess.
Oh, Red Face, go.
I don't think that's the Abyss mark because
agreed.
I don't know if you lot have seen you know that panel where Summers is like basically half naked.
When he comes on the couch, he got the tattoo on his elbow. It's the same tattoo that's on the ship that falls from Skypiea. I think that's the Abyss mark as well, but
that has to be the Abyss mark. Because I mean, I didn't see it on anybody else, but Summers is the only one that has it, as far as I know.
To be fair, we haven't seen everybody else's undergarments.
Yeah,
true. But I think Oda planted that panel there on purpose. He put that one there on purpose.
Or what if maybe Fingerlings? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say the same thing. Maybe it's one of the. It's either what Nico was saying before with the house Nerona, or
The
what you're
emblem of the
saying.
houses.
Yeah, one of them. Either that
Yeah,
or
that could be a
for Garland.
Garland emblem.
Either one of them.
Or I was gonna say, what if like the Figurlins, their Emu doesn't have that like ability over them. Like this is like a lineage type thing that they have specifically
For the
like
Garlands, okay.
for the Garlands only. Like,
Um,
no, you're good.
Yeah, that falls under the whole Garland emblem thing I was talking about. Like it could be an emblem that signifies something or symbolizes something that could actually give them access to something else.
Well, I was saying
But
she
only
could.
for the Garland.
They could still have access to the abyss,
mhm.
but I just can't control you because you're a Figurlin.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say he still has control to the abyss, but now that he got his arm ripped off, they can't summon him like that. And I think that's why I said Luffy liberated him. He liberated him from being summoned, not by Emu.
I'm not doubting that. I'm not doubting
not
that
by Emu,
part,
but by his father.
I'm not doubting that part, Zai. It's the year of spending with you have the mark and you spend we know because we at least know Luffy had at least if it's not a year, it's 6 months that he spent with Shanks telling him about getting groomed as a pirate. So why isn't Shanks? He should have been requested. Like if we find out Shanks was summoned to Marijuana and he refused the summons, I'd be like, okay, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
That shows that like it could be like Reed just said, he can't control the Garlands, but he did summon him because that no. How do we get that? Like no.
No.
I could get that. But if it's not something like that, then this whole thing to me is like a big riddle plot hole. Because why do we let Shanks go for a year with the devil fruit we need, and we don't do anything about it? And this is not Emperor Shanks yet, if I'm not mistaken.
this is pre
exactly. So if there's any time to make sure we strike, it's now. He ain't even a Yonko.
The only reason I'll give you a little bit, maybe for Garland or his brother, were like, "Hey, cool out. Like, let him figure that. We'll call him back in a time. Let him let him come back to us when he's ready." That's the only way. That's the only thing. I'm just trying to read it the way Oda would read it. Be like, "Yo, they probably had a talk with him. When they tried to summon him, that's when his arm was already taken."
I think that,
and then
my fault. Go ahead. Finish.
No. That's all I had to say on that. That's all I'm thinking. I'm like, if I can think the way Oda thinks, it'd be like, yo, for Garland was like, hey, I know my son's gonna come, but it took too long, and then by the time they did try to summon him back, arm gone.
I don't disagree there because I do think that this goes to shout outs to Wayne because he ain't been here for a bit, but the Garland agenda. It was something I've been keeping an eye on because I know me and Reed we had our bets with the theory and everything as far as Shanks' identity goes and whatnot, but there could be a Garland agenda on hand. Like who are the Garlands to like watch this, right? I'll say this: if the Shiwantsuki are supposed to be whatever helpers to if the Shiwantsuki and Kazuki are supposed to be the helpers to like whatever cause Joy Boy had with the minks and everything, then I would argue the Garlands are that equivalent for Emu. So what else is more significant about the Garland family? Like if you notice, right, even with Shanks's mark, if you look at it, it's like a mark and then it has like it's either like a heart or it's the same design as the end of Mihawk's blade. And Mihawk's blade as far as the two sides.
I got something for that. So that's what I was doing for a hot second. So if I looked into it, right, it is a Catholic cross. And then there's also levels to it to where it's another form of it is called the cross sun.
Yes, okay, the cross sun, right? If you actually, I watched this on YouTuber Library of Horror Arthur. When Emu went to go and look at the big ass Joy Boy hat that we saw, the big straw hat, that very same cross sun is seen above the chambers.
No way.
Right? And then even past that, right? It's there. But you gotta watch. I'm gonna be real with you. Just like how these are things that are in the manga panels that you're not going to pay attention to unless you're rereading the content because you probably missed it off first glance. Like I didn't notice Sanji and Gabon have an off panel conversation when I read it the first time, but when I reread it, I'm like, oh shoot, Gabon actually says something to Sanji here, but we don't know what it is. You get what I'm saying? It's an it's an off-panel conversation type vibe. That detail is in the panel. That's why I watch the YouTubers. Like Library of Horror Archer, he's gonna go over everything in the panel. Like, watch this, right? So you see the cover story with Yamato? You see this?
Yeah.
You see, remember when she was fighting the sumo wrestler?
Yeah.
Remember when she flipped that sumo wrestler?
Yeah.
Do you know who that sumo wrestler was?
That was
the brother of
his brother.
Right. Stuff like that gets gone over in these reviews. He'll go over like when Katakuri and them were watching the Vegapunk message in Whole Cake Island. Library of Horror, he goes over every sibling you see on panel, even the ones you don't care about, that you think are like fodder or that you think are just like side characters or all. No, this is actually one of Big Mom's kids. They just didn't really emphasize and tell you about it because he digs in and does the research for it. But all that to just say, make sure you're going over the panels and stuff, because these details are there and they do exist. Because the Cross Sun is even seen inside the church with Kuma when he's with Bonnie and he's putting Ginny and he's crying for Ginny. Same scene, same shit. And another one, this is a big one. I got this in my inbox. I'm gonna send it to you guys. Kid when he uses his
the signing.
And they show up.
No,
it's the fucking
Punk Rotten. When he uses Punk Rotten.
Well, Punk Rotten. Okay.
That is a weakness.
It's when he made the big like halfway Megazord against Kaido.
Yeah.
Yep.
That the bottom of that Megazord is the Cross Sun. We don't know why Oda keep putting these little droplets here and there, but that same thing is in Kid's design for his Megazord, bro. Don't know what it means, but Kid also has the number 7 on his railgun. When Vegapunk has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, skip 7, but he has 8. And then Punk Rotten also looks like Vegapunk. I don't know what Oda's putting down and trying to stir up in the pot, but he's doing something. So, wait for Kid. But yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Okay. Well, freak.
Okay, go on, Ray. What's your second point? Second, third.
I think a second is to just accept what we just were told. Okay. Okay. That's a lot. Okay.
What is that?
So I was gonna ask because I was on they finally dropped the video. The Sons of Tokyo, I was on their podcast like a month ago now. It's like a month ago at this point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was at least a month. They finally dropped the video like this week or something. But either way, one of the questions that they were asking I thought was interesting is who do y'all think is the best written admiral?
The best written admiral.
You know what me and
what's up?
Who's on is number 2 for me, so I ain't mad at that.
Okay.
Sakazuki. That's it.
He's a bum.
He's a bum. How's he a bum? Name in what way he's a bum. You do know he was holding back on Marineford. If he goes all out, he kills everyone on that island besides Whitebeard and his commanders.
Yo,
Don't talk about Sakazuki like that, bro.
Hold on, bro.
5 billion for a fucking reason, bro.
Hold on.
I don't think that means he's best written though. Best written is a different type of claim.
Best written.
Dude,
Best written.
I think fuck man, I think fucking he is the best written, and the main reason why I think he's the best written, I have like a plot, like a theory I've been holding in my back pocket for a long time that I really think is like crazy as shit. Okay, I'll throw it out there. Take me like 2 seconds to explain this real quick. If you look at the flower that Sakazuki always has in his in his chest, right? Like in his pocket check, right? And then you go back to the town that Rouge comes from, the mother of Ace, right? You only see that flower there.
Yeah.
And I have a theory that Roger and Mido took in Sakazuki's love interest. And
no, that's too far.
How old is Sakazuki?
No, that's too far. Yeah. The timeline.
He's like 50 something. 50.
Unless he really on some. Unless he really the OG bagging the young girl type thing. Like he on some PYT shit. Like the timeline don't match up for Sakazuki on that. But, I mean, if he's PYTing it, maybe he's right.
I don't know. It's just that, the only time we ever seen that flower is where Rouge comes from or where she's hiding out and whatnot. That's
The
only
flower
thing
that
about that
the
flower-
flower that he has, it's a Hibari.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
why
only
Yeah,
thing.
that's
and then
the daughter that's in sword that
Yeah.
symbolizes her.
And I get that, but like the only
Isn't
time
that
we
his
ever see
daughter's
Hibari-
name too?
Again, yeah, and I get
Yes,
the only
yes.
time we ever see Hibari any other time is there. We haven't, you know what I mean? That's why I find interesting in a sense.
I will say this. He probably the wife probably. I mean, Sakazuki's love interest is probably from that same town. Maybe that's a cultural thing in that part of that part of the sea in that blue. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that I'll say that. I don't know if he actually took his love interest, but that's crazy. I say Dragon did that before Sasuke.
That's my
Drago,
wow take. That's my wow take.
Oh,
Big
did we say
Drago.
did we say admirals, right?
Yeah.
So we okay. Oh, I'm not saying.
Old and new.
Yeah, don't say anything because if we find out Dragon was the admiral, then Sakazuki's agenda is
I
cooked.
did it. I left it
Best
alone.
written
I
admiral,
left
my
it
ass.
alone. I
Cooked.
left it alone immediately.
If you found
I
out
left it
Dragon was
alone.
Admiral, that'd be good.
Wait, how is Sakazuki the best written admiral?
Yeah, I need y'all to explain that because right now I got
Okay.
Kuzan, Kizaru, and Fujitora. Well, definitely Fujitora. I got the three of them all above him because they just have better written plots so far. Like we got to see vulnerable Kizaru. We got to see conflicted Kuzan. We haven't gotten nothing from a Sakazuki yet. He's really
I'm saying
the
from
most we've
jump.
got. The most we've got is just like sorry, brother. Like that's cool. That's giving me some depth about the character, but I still don't have enough to even judge him from a writing standpoint yet. Like he needs more. Like I got something for Fujitora. He's the one who said, "Yo, we need to get rid of the warlord system," and then it got rid of. Like his agenda is succeeding. I could judge Sakazuki off of his pre-time skip, 2 post-time skip exploits, but as far as like what he's done in the post-time skip to Final Saga, he hasn't done anything. So
No, I'm not talking about his post time
judge
skip.
him.
I'm talking about pre-time skip stuff. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
I'm
if
saying
you're talking
like,
pre-time skip, then I say I go Kuzan or Sakazuki. But if you're talking like, in general, Sakazuki's at the bottom because they haven't gotten into his story.
But that's because that's I think that's Oda trying to keep him away because Oda loves Sakazuki.
I
didn't
agree.
realize Oda loves Sakazuki.
I agree, but that has to happen first. Though I can't say he's the GOAT. He's the best written right now, and he ain't actually getting
best written. You know, like Reed. I don't know who you got. 'Cause I don't hear who you got.
I mean, I got Sakazuki personally, but I got Sakazuki. I know y'all were asking like how. I don't think it's
I
too
do want to
crazy.
see. I do want to know how. Like what has happened in the plot for you to be like, yo, Sakazuki.
Yeah,
I feel like we just
I
haven't
mean,
gotten enough from the character yet.
Yeah, look, I'll say this. That's a fair point. I say what I have in lieu of a backstory, because we have essentially no backstory from Sakazuki. I will say it's enough for me to understand him. I think a backstory will just kind of confirm, but I don't think I need anything else to understand him. Like I think the way he's written is very like clear cut, and I think he's done enough for me to get his character, and I like his character. I feel like with Kuzan, I needed to see more of his backstory to kind of understand, because like he's evolving, which is good. I guess you could say like, yeah, well that makes him more of a better written admiral because he's evolving. That's fair.
Yeah, I like his choices.
Right. I wouldn't even disagree with you if you said that as your reasoning. But I feel like from what I've seen with Sakazuki, I feel like maybe I'll put it this way. Sakazuki stocks as far as
potential. Yeah, his potential is through the roof. I agree with you. Facts.
Right. But even before the backstory, I know that when the backstory comes, he will absolutely be the best written admiral. I mean, I feel like he's up there already. But
You
the
might see
backstory will
some
definitely.
Dragon versus Sakazuki sparring.
Time out. I know I just got back here. Is that my brother told me. You know what I'm saying? But who best admiral after a flashback? Who?
No.
Yeah,
Wait.
No. We're talking about who's the best written. We're saying
best
who's the best written admiral now, and we're also comparing it to the best written admiral probably like end of series. We can say that.
Right. I'm just saying who was the best written admiral.
I think Kuzan will be the best.
Okay,
I think
so who
either.
did
I
y'all
think
say
it's
is
either.
the best written admiral right now?
Well, we haven't answered that yet. We're going through our answers right now. I just said
think it's
Sakazuki.
Yeah, I personally think as of right now, it's either Kuzan or Kizaru because of the amount of vulnerability we've seen
Yeah,
from
I
them.
agree.
But I got my bets on Fujitora or Sakazuki in the story for sure. Or Dragon, if we find out Dragon was an admiral too, he would classify in the
I already
same,
have mine.
you know.
I already have mine as Aokiji and Fujitora.
Yeah.
You with me right there, bro. I got Kuzan and then like I said, Fuji at the end.
All right, fair enough.
But I what's it called? As far as what they're saying for the potential of Sakazuki, yes, and Oda already said he'll never rate this man in a bad light. So
Yo,
that's already hype enough for like
Nika,
he has
you've been
all the
making me.
hype for it. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying? That's why I said I agree with y'all for the long run. I could see even if he goes down like in a fight or goes down for his reasoning, Oda's gonna have him stand on business to where he's going out with conviction you have to respect.
yo,
That's just
Nika,
how
I
he's.
gotta give you, I
That's
gotta
what he
give
said
Nika,
already.
I gotta give you respect because I've been reading a lot of SBSs because I don't like doing that. But like, yo, the way Oda talks about Sakazuki, yo, he was like, yo, if Sakazuki was a protagonist, he'd end the One Piece in a year. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So for me, with
All right, we do know that
Sakazuki,
comes from admiration from like who he's drawn after,
Trips,
right?
I know,
Like he
I
just
know, Trips,
he,
I know,
okay.
I'm not, but I'm just trying to say, like, yo, from jump, he's always been that guy. Like, remember, even O'Hara, he's like, yo, if we doing this, destroy it. It does not matter. Get rid of everything. I was like, yo, that's who he is.
Yo, there's
And
actually information. It's on what's his name? Um what's his name? It starts with an S. Freaking gosh, I forgot. It's on Twitter. I forgot his name, but he translates stuff and stuff like that. But there's one thing that's out where it says Sandman AP. Sandman, yeah. There's this one thing that's out where it says Sakazuki defeated a vice admiral for his position. With him not being an admiral, I don't know if it's real or not, but I know it exists. That's all I wanted to say. So, like, if anyone wanted to know how he got his position, which I think should be something we find out about the admirals and their backstories, or like in a spinoff or something, show us how admirals got to their ranking as admirals.
Yeah.
I would like to see that happen. But we are told that Sakazuki, he did the Kenpachi Zaraki
If
way.
Sakazuki got his vice admiral position by defeating another vice admiral, I hope it's in the light of that was a corrupt vice admiral.
Definitely.
And also, don't be surprised, gentlemen, if the way Oda will intend to really vilify Zebek in our eyes is to make Akainu his worst victim as a child.
That would be sick.
I would not be surprised. Because one thing Oda is going to do is Oda is going to justify his hatred towards pirates.
Yeah.
And we as the audience are going to sympathize on a deeper level to where it's like, to the point where like when we finally get to Zebek, we're going to hate him for what he's done. And and afterwards, we will never be able to hate Akainu for his hatred towards pirates after we see what Zebek was willing to do to Sakazuki's home, in a sense. Because I don't think Sakazuki was the target of his cruelty. More like his home was the target, and Sakazuki suffered immensely for Zebek's rage, on his island type shit.
Yeah.
Well, I like that.
I'm imagining that's where we're gonna get his hatred. His hatred for pirates is probably going to originate from a tragedy directly caused by Zebek. Go ahead, Reed. My fault.
No, you're perfect, bro. I was just gonna say if that is the case, bro, because that makes so much sense. Actually, I never actually considered it that way, but you will have confirmed me and my dear friend Nika's theory, our long running theory, right? Well, not confirmed, but you would have added more fuel to it. That Dragon is Zebek's son, and you'd have added a lot of fuel. I know you hate that theory, Trip, but that would make a lot of sense because we know how much.
I wouldn't actually. I actually wouldn't. It would just feel bad for Garp.
You would feel
I
bad for
wouldn't feel
Garp?
it would. I would just feel bad for Garp. Like shit, bro. Like
Why are you taking
yeah,
all these people's
because it's
kids?
like damn, bro. You done took in your enemy's child twice, nigga.
Yeah.
Twice, nigga. You had to raise your enemy's kids, nigga. Fuck. But if Dragon
I
is
say 3
Zebek's
times because you got to
son,
count him twice for dragging
if
in
Dragon
Reese.
is Zebek's son, then Nika. Hey, if Dragon is Zebek's son, then Nika. Hey, you know, Dragon marrying into Garp's you know,
Yeah.
the name Zebek had to, you know, like, hey, we might be onto something. We might be steamrolling on some shit here now.
And I'm coming to agree with Nika and Ree's point that remember y'all said that Akiyuna will leave the government. You're seeing it now because remember, even in the shit where Akiyuna was fighting against Kuma, who's getting in his way? It's the Celestial Dragons, and he can't even do what he needs to do because they're in the way. They're like, Sakazuki, you need to do this. You need to do this. And you can literally see him being angry and upset because he can't do his job. Because he has to protect them at the end of the day, but still try to get rid of his opponent. So, like, yo, that type of shit adds on to the fact. And it shows that, yeah, he may not, I don't know what his relationship with Garp is. He may not like Garp, but he sees all the way Garp thinks about the Celestial Dragons. Like, they are kind of scum to him. So I can see him I can see him taking the Marines and going their own way.
But that would be, don't you think that would be still because Kuzan's already done that?
No.
Yeah, but
not at all. No, Redface. No, it's not the same thing at all. If you want to, if for more light on what I'm talking about, just go back to Film Z and look at everything Zephyr did, bro. Everything Zephyr did, and the reason why I harp on this because Zephyr has the same philosophy. I've never seen not one significant Marine have the same theme or motto of justice as another. Zephyr and Sakazuki share the same motto of justice.
Yeah.
I don't think that's done for no reason. I just don't. Right now, I'm still looking at. Okay, check this out. Right, I've been preaching this whole Gurren Lagann and this whole like Fire Force thing. We even see it. The doppelganger in Fire Force is the Domi Reversi we get in One Piece. You see Gurren Lagann. You see this emu person. I think emu is just like the Spiral. Is just like the Spiral King or whatever the case may be. Emu's just a piece or like Kaguya. You're just a piece in a way bigger picture, right? I think there's a reason why Uta's Devil Fruit was utilized the way it was utilized in Film Red. It showed the Demon King, the Devil King, come out of hell. Emu cannot do that right now, which is why Emu is taking over people like Gunko and stuff like that. So I do believe we're going to get to that point of where this is a bigger picture and bigger theme for One Piece. And I believe the same thing vice versa for everything else we were just talking about. For the Dan, what were you just saying? My mind.
I was saying that you were. What I was saying was I was talking about how the theory would be confirmed with Garp or Dragon being Zebek's kid.
Yeah. Going back to all of that, like all these things coming back into the picture, it would just make more sense than it would not make sense.
Yeah.
So that's just where I'm at with it. For all these little details we're getting in the story.
That would be a big loss if Sakazuki wasn't to actually leave.
But they need that though. They need
that more than anything.
They need that. They need that type of loss because the world government thinks they're invincible right now. They're doing shit that is just ridiculous right now.
Blowing up islands.
I mean, that would make sense. I was gonna say that would make sense as to why Akainu hates Dragon so much, and Dragon's son so much.
Yeah,
and then this
because
is
of his whole lineage.
That's why he never mentions Luffy by name. He never mentions Luffy by name. I think they were friends, and I think they had a parting of the ways, and that's why he does not call Luffy by his name. Anytime he's ever called, he's like Dragon's son. Yo, you're Dragon's son, because I don't fuck with you like that.
They might not have. If Trip is right, they might not have even been friends.
They might have just been rivals, honestly.
Yeah,
like he's doing his job over there, and I kind of respect that. People keep
The
talking about
Garb
he next up,
Roger,
but I'm next up.
the Garb Roger rivals, where I would still respect you at the end of the day, and I think like that's what I'm trying to lament.
But I hate your
Yeah.
dad type thing
Yeah.
because of what he did to
Yeah.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think you see, I could even go a little deeper, right? Imagine Dragon, right? He's an admiral.
Yeah.
He is almost about to be a candidate for fleet admiral. He, hold on, am I lagging?
Nah, you good.
You're good.
Good,
Oh, I
man.
gotta go.
Anyway, Reed, what's your other point? Go on.
Oh,
We here.
I didn't even know he was. All right, hold on.
Yeah, because I got one.
He cut out.
I got one more point.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh shit! All right. Oh shit! All right. The thing that I wanted to bring up, if we could, so Rox was killed by the world government.
Yeah.
I always thought that was. I think that's it.
Yeah, they never released. They said they killed him, but they, the thing of God value was lost to the annals of history type shit. So they never actually confirmed it for real. Well, no, they did. They said that he died. That the world government took him out.
Yeah, that's yeah. That's go Trip back. Go ahead, Trip. What were you saying before you left?
Yeah, such a
Trip.
nice guy, fool.
Really nice.
If you're talking
Word.
about
my
you.
bad.
I love that
He
you're.
he
I
seg
was
he
trying to
seg
say
he
something.
segued him perfectly in the middle of what he was saying.
you're good, Trip.
This shit was echoing like a motherfucker. But what was I about to say? Shit. I think I lost most of it, but yeah, man, this is very interesting.
He's probably about to tell
Dragon
them
actually
that I
being
was the
Zebek's
GOAT.
son is not something I had in my bingo cards. I'm not about to in my bingo. I'm with it. But where was I? Oh yeah, so say for example, Dragon is like admiral, right? And he's candidate for fleet admiral position. And Sakazuki's like, and say Sakazuki is like Green Bull is. So the way Green Bull is to fucking Sakazuki, what if Sakazuki was like, oh, excuse me, was like
Bless
that to
you.
Dragon, right? So with that being said, thank you. With that being said, then you got Dragon flipping, right? If you got Dragon flipping, then you got Sakazuki really taking it like a deeper sign of a betrayal. Like, look at this person I was aspiring to be like, and then he flipped the system. Then he flipped then he starts to question himself. Like, am I doing the right thing? Like, shit, do I gotta be more of an extremist? You know what I'm saying? Like, all that type of shit. Like, I imagine Dragon was the type of person who would have let that one ship that was fleeing Ohara go. And Sakazuki, like, burnt it down because he's now trying to double down on the extreme. Like, that's where Dragon was weak. I won't make that mistake. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So, I don't know X, Y, Z in the third, but I definitely think there's something there where it's more than just you're a revolutionary for the people that my company is trying to suppress. I think it's more along the lines of, I thought it was gonna be you. You know what I'm saying? And like, you told me, and then you flipped the script. So like, now I don't know if what I'm doing is right. So now I'm just mad at you type shit. You know what I mean? Something along those lines.
Like a Buggy and Shanks thing.
Borderline, yeah, borderline. But like on a more extreme note.
Now I did want to say this. I just remember what I was saying in the midst of what I was saying about the Zephyr stuff. Oda, I'm gonna say this again. Oda said that no matter what happens, he's going to draw Sakazuki because of the inspiration of Sakazuki in a respected light. So when I think about what he said, as much as he's still our enemy in a sense, I look for the respectful ways he could take an L. And this is why I have him doing like the Neo Marine agenda, because eventually we gotta still you can't be siding with the Celestial Dragons and with Emu, and then we just respect you still, or you're being drawed in a respectful light. That doesn't make any sense. You're siding with the scumbags. You're a scumbag. So in order for us to get that respectfulness out of it, like how Oda wants us to take it, he's going to have this man do something that makes us respect him. And that's why I have it as like he's going to take the Marines and say, hey, this is our agenda. This is what we're doing. You know, like he's gonna like Sword is gonna be making this move. He's gonna be fine with however Sword's making this move. Sword's making this move, but
So are
with
you
how he's
saying
doing
that?
his thing,
Sorry.
go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna ask. Are you trying to say he would probably do something along the lines of like maybe withdrawing his protection of the Celestial Dragons and then starting another faction of Marines?
I don't know. I feel like the whole protecting of the Celestial Dragons, they only mainly want it from the admirals. They
Yeah.
actually have world government cipher pole agents and their own like fodder they could depend on for that.
Yeah.
But as far as like the 1v1 protection, that's for the admiral. So I'm guessing that's an independent choice for an admiral to make. You know what I'm saying? Like Sakazuki wouldn't really give an order for that. He could,
No, it's not.
but
They
it'll
actually
probably
have
be
no.
like,
They
remember
have
when
no choice on
Sengoku?
that. An admiral has no choice on that, Mika.
No, I know, but I'm saying that
An admiral
it's an
has no choice on that.
independent thing. I hold on. I know, but that's more of an independent
Did he
thing. When
freeze? Okay.
Sengoku,
I think he
when
froze. Yeah,
Sen
he froze.
when Sengoku heard that Luffy punched the hell out of a Celestial Dragon, he didn't order Kizaru to do it. Kizaru stepped up and did it. It's
Yeah.
more on that type of line where, like, if Aramaki's there in the conversation and he hears, oh, Saturn or this Garling's heading to Elbaf, more than likely Aramaki's like, yo, Garling, I got you. Like, I'll pull up, you hop in, I'll Uber you there, I'll chauffeur you. Like, I really got you, gang. Like, that's how I imagine Aramaki's doing it. Not every admiral's gonna position themselves to have to come and follow that order. Like,
Yeah.
Fujitora is not gonna be in the vicinity of, like, he's not gonna be working close near a Celestial Dragon for the Celestial Dragon to say, yo, Fujitora, I need you to protect me. If he does, I got Fujitora sabotaging immensely, like he did at the Reverie. That's the only thing. So it all, like I said, it all depends on the individualism of every admiral. Like, Kizaru's gonna follow orders, but he's not, like, you see that conversation Kizaru and
I'm a
Saturn
bit
had.
indifferent
He's not
with
having
that.
he's not having that same conversation with Saturn. I mean, with Aramaki. Aramaki's just gonna do what Saturn wants to be done. Kizaru's gonna tell him, hey, listen, I'm not about to just rush past my mans. I'm about to stand up for you. So that's just my take.
I'm indifferent on that purely because of why Garp turned down the admiral position. Because what we were led to understand or believe is that you are obligated to answer their call. Now, Kizaru jumping headfirst into the mission. I'm not gonna say it's because he was bored, itching for action, and he just offered himself up, because he also did the same thing just now with Big Mom and Kaido with the Wano shit. I'm like, hey, let me go. Like, I don't know if he was just itching for action or whatever the case is, but I'm gonna just chalk that up to he knows he's the closest in vicinity and the one that they will ask to go because he's closest, and like, fuck it, I'm here, let me go type shit. But from what I understand, they are obligated to answer that call, specifically them type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it just got kind of wonky there when it was like, I don't, like I don't see how in that position you it's an option to, like, yeah, I ain't going. I'll send the vice admiral, because the vice admiral
I never said it was a just to bring you back.
I know you never said no. I never said
Okay,
you said
I was about to say.
I never said you said that, gang. I never said you said that. I was saying that in a scenario of they could do something other than answer their call specifically. Like, so if a Celestial Dragon asks for an admiral didn't want to go, I believe the other options would be like, send my subordinates, I don't fucking feel like going type shit. That's why I said that like that. But all in all, I said that to say, like, I just don't. That was the only reason why I had that pushback, because of the understanding as to why we know Garp didn't take the admiral position. That's the only reason why I said that. Wasn't nothing else to it.
And I wanted to ask you guys a question. I know we're about to get off and stuff like that. I know we always talk about Dragon and Sakazuki having a relationship. I think Dragon and Kizaru had a relationship too, because if you think about it, Kizaru saved Luffy way too many times more than he should have. So I'm just asking, like, yo, do you think Dragon and Kizaru had a relationship to a friendship?
That's not crazy.
That's all.
When you say way too many times, I need the two scenarios. When you say way too many times, I just need two scenarios.
He could have dotted him up at Marineford way more than him, but he just kicked him back. and he just restrained him. He didn't do much. He could have literally killed Luffy multiple times. All I'm trying to say is like, yo, and I think he's
So
probably
with
thinking
that
about
being
Dragon.
said,
What's up?
I think we have to take into account of the matter that everyone in Marineford, all the Marines at the very fucking least, know that this little nigga is Garp's grandson. Detain him. Do not fatally wound him. Because if you fatally wound him, you will have to deal with the fist. The only person who didn't care about that shit was Akainu.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna say he didn't care about it. It was more so about
he ain't care
like,
about it. You're right.
you know what I'm saying? He was just going. Yeah, I ain't gonna say he didn't care because he was gonna have to. If Sengoku took his hand off Garp, he was gonna have to care. You feel me? So, with that being said, it's like that's how I look at that scenario, and I'm not saying people were giving him a pass. I ain't gonna say people were giving Luffy a pass in Marineford, but like I know for a fact Kizaru not trying to kill him, and then have to walk past Garp in the hallway later. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
like
get
I feel
it.
like
I'm
the
just
only people
saying.
that didn't give Luffy a pass in Marineford was Akainu and Mihawk. Those are the only people that gave him a pass in Marineford.
I think
Everyone else
I
was
think they
kind of
knew
like,
Dragon as well. They
man, get out of here,
had a
little
deep
nigga.
relationship.
Like,
Yeah.
you talking about Akainu and Mihawk? Those two?
He's talking to you, Nico.
He's talking to you, Nico. He's not talking to me.
Nah, I was talking about what I was talking about. Kizaru and Dragon.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
trying
think
to say.
I think Dragon might have known all of them.
Yeah,
He
that's
just
what I'm trying
probably
to
had
say.
the real
Yeah.
relationship with Sakazuki. I think they were all like the monster. They were known as the monster rookies.
Yeah.
But I think they paled in comparison to Dragon. He was like you got your monsters, but then you got your motherfucking beast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the super.
They were all on the same. They were all on the same tier, but he was
I got
like
something
the number
for
one.
you, gentlemen. I got something for you, gentlemen. What if this whole vice admiral that Sakazuki quote unquote defeated for this position was in fact Dragon, and it in fact was not a defeat? It was one of those weird clash of ideals, and Dragon just walked away from the fight.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
fuck y'all and y'all justice.
Yeah, I was about
like,
to say that's
I'm not
the
finna,
only.
I'm not finna
If
do
it happens
this
any
man
other way than that,
for some
Dragon
type
and
of
Genin
weird
is cooked.
That's very fit.
And we can't have that.
Yeah, no, of course,
Not at all. No sir.
Of course,
no,
of
sir.
course,
We will
of
not
course.
do that
Because
here.
again, I'm trying to strengthen the hatred. I'm trying to strengthen the hatred Sakazuki has for Dragon, and that is another way that characters develop anger or resentment or hatred towards another character when, like, you're shown mercy that you didn't ask for. You feel me?
Yeah.
No, I like that. Like, he trained his whole time in the Marines to get as strong as him, and then when he was strong enough, he didn't get to actually fight him. I like that.
Not only did it, like, say he even actually got to fight him and shit. Like, bro didn't take the fight seriously, and at some point he told him about himself, like, man, you can keep fighting for these niggas with no balls if you want to, my nigga. I'm out of here, and walked off the fucking training ground. Like, I bet you that set that man off, man. That's all I'm saying. I can imagine it being some shit like that.
I like that. Okay, yeah. Cooking, bro. What final thoughts, man? Y'all got anything?
I'll go last.
Okay.
No, I got nothing.
You start, Ray. You got anything? You've been on the back burner.
Me this time.
Yeah, you start, bro. You
I
start.
ain't even.
You've been quiet, and we
I ain't
allowed
said
us to
Nathan
talk.
this stream.
Go on, bro. Go on. This is your show.
Yeah, y'all been running this stream today, bro. I ain't
Nah,
had to say
nah.
nothing.
I don't like that. Bro.
Man.
You ain't gotta be humble about it, man. Nigga. Goddamn.
Nah, bro, y'all got it. Either way, what are my final thoughts, man? The chapter was great. I think we are gonna be in for a very long.
Fully stay twisting something. This shit crazy.
I think we're gonna be in for a couple. I'd say at least 3 to 5 more chapters of just straight flashbacks. I think hopefully this is gonna be a big lore drop because you've got to give us the backstory of you gotta give us the flashback inside the flashback. Then you got to back up to the first flashback, and hopefully through all of that we get tons and tons of lore. It's not just a flashback that doesn't give us something.
Yeah, I'm coping, but I'm gonna wait last. I'm gonna tell you why I'm coping.
You're good, but I just prepare myself for 3 to 5 chapters at least of flashback.
Yeah, I'm banking on this little flashback, Rich. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's where we're headed.
I need at least 10 chapters the most. 15 the most. 5 the least of the flashback. So I'm with Reed. I want more of this flashback. This is actually one flashback I kind of want.
Typically, a flashback never lasts more than a volume. A volume is 10 chapters.
Boom.
So we're looking at something like this, and you're expecting it to heavy lore dumping shit like that because of the time period that we're about to go into. The furthest back we've gone in this story, I want to say, was Odin's flashback, which was like 22 years ago, right? Yep. Or is it Big Mom's flashback? Either or, we're going further back than that. So
it's the Nolan flashback. Ha! Got your ass.
You got me. Nolan flashback.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
so we're just gonna be going far back. We're gonna go back in time to a time enough where we may see King Harold go to the original Skull Island before it was split into Jaya and Sky Island. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit.
The real shit.
So I'm
felt that.
Oda may go past that 10 chapter mark just because of the time frame and how much he might want to deliver within that flashback. But Oda could also within one chapter cover about 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Just in succession of page to page. And then 5 years later, and then 10 years later, and then, all through the chapter, before you know it, we done cover a year. There's really, really no telling, but I'm here for the ride because I told y'all niggas this shit don't hit the fan till we get this flashback. You know what I'm saying? And we here at the flashback. So I know once we come up out this bitch, it's going down. And I just can't wait to see it, man. I can't wait for the confirmation of the time dilation, all that shit. My fault.
I was just gonna say, Reed, we are 6 to 7 months into the year. You probably should pull up that little bingo list we made and see how many marks we hit so far.
Oh yeah, I'll start the stream next week with that. I think that'll be interesting.
Either that, or you could save it for the next break week.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we could do the next break week. I think that'd be good.
That would be fun. Mm-hmm.
My only thing is Sakazuki needs to be here within the next 4 weeks.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
I got Garland. Strangely enough, I got Garland pulling up. I don't know why. Something's giving me the inkling that you made my son come back. Emu can't stay there forever. And just on the kick, we know just because of how Emu's doing this whole Donnie reversey thing, there's got to be some type of tax to it on Emu's part. Can't just be willy-nilly out here doing this. Otherwise, that's a plot hole. Why you ain't been did this, right?
Yeah.
So we gotta figure something out.
Or not even.
You know what I mean? I think another power needs to come here and be the power to stabilize it. Unless Emu really just takes care of business right now.
Well, I would say I give it to the end of this arc to see which one of y'all makes some money. Cause I wrote on the bets y'all made on.
What was the bet? What was the bet? What was the bets? What was the bets?
Madoni bet Rhea $100 that Kaido will be back. Nika made a side bet saying that Zoro sword will
have dragon Kaido's dragon. Yeah.
Kaido's fruit.
And you said 20. That's 20 each from Madoni and Reed. If you're
right. Okay, just 20. Cool. I'm about to say I ain't go past no. I ain't do no $100 bet. Hold up now.
He said 20. He said 20
Man.
to him, and y'all gave to the end of the arc.
Yep.
Ain't got no bets. Damn.
Nah,
I
you
gave
make
to the
bet.
end of the arc. That don't sound right.
Bro,
That-
you
well,
gave to the end of the arc. I wrote it
you
down.
attached
You
yourself
wrote it
to
down.
our bet, and our bet was to the end of the arc. You just attached yourself to the bet.
Okay, yeah, cool. It sounds like something reckless. I did not think about.
Yeah, he was like, you know
Gotcha.
what?
Gotcha.
Well, y'all can both give me 20 if I'm right. I'm like, well, okay, I guess. And
For the
All right,
record,
I say this: if they at least talk about it, I need $10.
You know what I'm saying?
I need
'Cause
$10.
I had to tell that.
I like checking it. I'm not gonna lie.
you got a bet,
I
Trip?
got a bet out there in them streets too, man. You know what I'm saying? Try to tell people. Yeah, I try to tell them people that tattoo on Shank's arm ain't just for apparel. It ain't just to look cool as a pirate. It's because it's tied to his celestial dragon lineage. In some way, form, or fashion, he has it because he's a celestial, not because
no one here is
some
gonna.
apparel. I made that bet with Alex, man.
Okay,
that
I
bet
was
with
just about to
Alex.
say, no
Yeah,
one here is gonna bet against that. That has to be an Alex bet. Why
literally
would you bet
said it.
against that shit?
Because I literally
That
said it's the
sounds
mark of the
stupid.
abyss.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I'm about
literally
to
said,
say.
yo, that's how he's walking through the abyss.
You
and
was
shit
there
like
when
I
that.
was about to say.
Nika, you was there when I made that bet, man. You was there when I made that bet, and I told y'all niggas I just got me a free 40. I need that.
Oh, he got 40 on that? Man, that dude just got money. He got money, bro. He just Alex.
Yo,
is
I
money.
defended
Real
I defended
dollars.
Shanks tonight,
Real
all right?
dollars.
I want no Za lingo or Za screw. I defended Shanks tonight, all right? I literally understood Shanks tonight, all right? I want that on my plaque. I want that on my plaque
Mhm.
for a Straw Hat podcast. I want that.
Yeah, okay.
Like everyone saw it. Everyone saw it. Okay, like yo, it was here. It was here. It was.
Ree's body language
So if I
says,
call
"Show me
you,
consistency."
so if I call you a Shanks defender, are you offended by that?
No.
If I call you a Shanks defender, are you offended by that or what?
I get itches. I get highs just thinking about it. Oh my god.
God, man.
You
One
might
day.
need to get you some antibiotic lotion. You might need to get you some antibiotic cream, nigga, because yeah, you was defending that guy. You a Shanks
I
defender,
understood his
nigga.
pain.
You
I
a Shanks
compared him to
goalie,
Anakin.
nigga.
Oh god.
You're the goalkeeper for the team Red Hairs.
Yo.
You're the goalkeeper for Team Red Hairs, nigga.
Team Reddit, bro.
Bro, the goalkeeper for Team Red Hairs, nigga.
Bro,
I'd rather die. Oh, I don't like anyone on that crew besides Yasa. Oh.
Yo. Wow.
IW Zaza.
How you like the deadbeat? How you only like the deadbeat, nigga? The
He's
fuck?
honest in what he is. He's not trying to hedge. I fuck with it.
Okay.
You're a mystery guy.
Very much so, man.
You're toxic.
Well, we'll keep it like that. I like that.
Either way, man. All right, man. Well, next week, Monday, chapter. Let's get it. All right. I'll catch y'all. Appreciate you again, Trip. And
Actually, hold on. Before you go real quick, could I just know I didn't get your take on the Sanji with the Conquerors and him not getting that acknowledgement. How you felt? You think it's in store for him, or he gotta find another way around it? That's just not in store for him, but
I think
he'll figure out his other way around it. What was your take on that?
I think that Oda likes having gags for Sanji, and I think that this will just be a running gag. I don't think he gets Conquerors. I think this is just a funny moment for him, and I think he will always think he's gonna get Conquerors. I don't think he will get it though.
I think I'm borderline there with you. I think it's more or less I think he's gonna. What I was talking about with Gabon and the hockey stuff. I think we're gonna get that with Sanji. Sanji's gonna be the one that he doesn't have Conqueror, but he's gonna be able to damage him still. And when they ask him how, he's gonna say something about love. And there we go. That's because I do have him hurting a God's name. There's no way Sanji leaves this arc and can't touch one of those guys.
You know what? I agree with Nico was trying to say. I think he does get it, but I think he's gonna get it when he stops caring about beefing with Zoro, and it's that moment where it's like, yo, he's about to get attacked, and Sanji pulls out his cigarette, and he's like, yo, I'm just here to do it, and then he's gonna attack. And he's gonna hit him.
Brotherly love, real brotherly love.
Thank you. Yeah, see, you know
power
what I'm
love,
talking about,
real brotherly
bro.
love.
Like, yo,
I get it.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that you just. I would
I'm talking about more so. Go ahead, Foley. I ain't gonna cut you off. Do you think? Are you trying to hit the blunt off camera? No, that don't work, nigga. I saw you. I saw the smoke.
Okay, that's totally fine. Dude, only thing I was gonna say was like it would be nice if like how Sanji unlocks if he does unlock Conquerors, it's a rivalry because it's just like you need to clash Conquerors with Conquerors, and the way he clashes it is like by like rivaling with Zoro in a sense. That's their clash, and they always rival each other. They're always like going edge to edge with each other. I would like that. That'd be interesting.
I could see that, and then Oda gag it, like give him Conquerors, and they part the sky on some gag
I would have
shit.
liked
That'd be
it
funny
playing
as hell.
out like that. I would have loved that if Zoro didn't just be told he's a conqueror, because now he knows that subconsciously. So for me, that clash kind of a bit of that is taken away from the reveal for Sanji to then have it in that moment. You know what I mean? Whereas for me, it would make more tying into the love thing. We see how Sanji is behaving about love. Seems like he's more on the sadistic side of things. So therefore, I imagine if Sanji were to awaken it, it'd be against Summers in a twisted form of defending a woman from his twisted, sadistic form of love. You know what I mean? Type shit. And then in turn, Sanji fully entering some level of Minister of Love role type shit. You know what I mean? And tying back into what Nika said, it'll be his explanation will be because he follows the ambition of true love. You know what I'm saying? Not
He's gonna say something like
contriving love or whatever.
he's gonna say something like love conquers all. We're gonna know parallel to conquers Haki.
You're a conqueror. Shut up. Yeah, that some nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? And we the readers are gonna be like, no, nigga, you're a fucking conqueror, nigga. But yeah, it'll be something along those lines.
He doesn't have conquers Haki. How can he hurt me? Because love conquers all.
I just wanted to know where you at with that.
Some shit like that.
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen. But I mean, we've seen the gags with Sanji. I mean, even back to his wanted poster, right? I feel like this is just a running joke with Oda.
And you know what? And Nami's gonna be able to hurt the God Knights too. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Pandora incoming. Pandora incoming.
Yeah, I knew you had to say
See,
that.
Come on, Trip. That's why you my dog, man. I ain't even have to say it. I already know Nami.
Incoming, bro. Come
on, man.
On that note, yo, I see.
Yeah, let me throw up on that. Nami
going on Discord? You going on Discord?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Why not? Let's get it.
All right, man. Well,
I gotta holler at you about that Kagurabachi, man. Discord right after this, man. Y'all know the vibes, man.
All right, man.